Let's go.
Was that
Let's
fart?
go.
That's
All right,
time.
let's make sure we're live.
We are. I hit the button.
Well, duh.
You don't know that.
You said that, so
yeah,
I
but you didn't
just
say
assumed.
duh like you knew.
I don't need to look at you.
Why?
My headphones don't really let me.
We are live on Facebook.
Turn them around.
Well, I didn't like how they felt that way. They felt like they
Oh.
fit weird.
Sometimes things will feel weird at first, but as you go, it'll be better.
I guess that's
You know what I mean?
Yeah,
That's what she
there we
said.
go. Now I can see Jerry.
Yeah. Well, I know you're a leg spreader because you said that earlier. But,
Not my own, though.
oh.
We are
I guess
live
that
on the
makes
UTwit
sense.
face.
On the what?
On the UTwit face.
Okay.
Facebook, YouTube, Twitter, except we're not actually live on Twitter, but
Yeah, I don't like how this.
it just sounded fun.
So, let's go.
Hey guys, welcome to another episode of the Pop Punk Pizza Party podcasts presented by Pop Punk AF, live from the Barn
Is it
Studio,
plural?
sponsored by Fired
It's a
and
podcasts.
Shut up, Keith.
The one and only.
It's sponsored
Who's
also
Jared?
by BetterHelp.com/The Barn. We have Jerry in the studio. Gerard.
Is he a race car driver?
He is.
Yeah,
I wish I was.
Is Jerry a race car
It's
driver?
actually
'Cause they wrote a
Delicious.
song about him.
it's actually Gerard Butler here.
Is he related to Jimmy?
Jimmy,
Jimmy Butler?
Jimmy Butler. Oh, the guy that sells the cars?
Yeah.
Oh,
So
you
I say
probably-
let's
That's
get
Johnny
straight into
Randolph.
the Fired review because I'm freaking starving.
Gerard Cook. Who's that?
That's me.
Hey, who's got the
Gerard?
volume on?
Probably me. Let me.
God, you're such an idiot.
Yeah, it's my fault. I'm
God,
sorry.
yeah, it is.
All right, so Chris,
Christ.
which one is this one?
What? Oh, so we're doing the Fired Pizza review.
That's what I just said.
Oh, okay. I didn't know.
He's got to explain it first.
Justin's trying to fucking.
Christ.
Justin's hungry.
Ha,
what is
big
this?
hung.
So yeah, we're
Three.
gonna start the show off with a Fired Pizza review because it's been sitting here in a bag for about 2 hours now.
And it still looks great.
Yeah,
does.
it honestly does look really good. So Justin's having the chicken parm.
Oh hell yeah!
You gonna pass that around for everybody else to try?
No, of course he's
Oh,
not.
of course not. All right. So that's our chicken parm. It's our house red sauce, Mott's breaded chicken, garlic herb ricotta, and Parmesan cheese. There you go, Gerard.
Maybe. Will help.
Oh, there you go. Here,
Just grab your
there you
slice,
go.
thank you.
Oh my
I'll just grab mine,
goodness.
I guess. All right.
What is this one?
The
Chicken
chicken
parm.
parm.
I'll just go get it. It's
I was
fine.
handing it down there, Keith.
I was talking about Justin.
Well, it is lukewarm.
Who's Luke?
I don't know. I knew you were going to ask that, though. Probably
Why is
Skywalker.
lukewarm?
Yeah, but it's still, I mean, flavor holds up.
Well, I'd say the pizza cutter isn't very good because I had to rip these apart.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah. I'll tell Amber you said that. Actually, I cut it. So, yeah.
Oh, that's.
Yeah.
Go get some fried pizza.
So I did something a little different with the ricotta this time.
And
What'd you do?
I added some cream to it.
Oh boy, just our pizza,
tell.
right?
No, everyone's.
Oh,
Yeah.
Chris extra creamed them all. Yeah,
Yeah, it cooks down a little bit better that way, you know. So yeah,
wasn't wrong.
taste the extra cream.
can you?
Hey, Justin, earlier before we got on here,
Shut up.
what did you say to Jerry?
Somebody said Jerry is a good listener, so I said, Jerry, you must be a good boyfriend.
No,
No, that's not how you said
That
it.
is
No.
what I said.
Not how you said it.
What do you say, Jerry?
He said, Jerry, you'd make a good boyfriend. Insinuating
He
that
did.
he wanted me to be his boyfriend.
he did.
So, ladies, hit up Jerry.
I
He'd be a
mean,
great boyfriend.
Look at you, bro.
He's a good listener.
You look like you'd be a good boyfriend.
Thank you, Chris.
Welcome. It wasn't gay when I said it, though.
No, see, it wasn't.
Well, I think you didn't wink too.
yeah.
Yeah.
Right.
I mean,
Didn't wink.
The wink is what really
Or
sold
cup his
his
balls.
yeah.
I will say, after 2 hours, being cooked twice and 2 hours in a bag, this crust is pretty chewy. Yeah, I'm not gonna eat the rest of that, but
I didn't eat the edge, but
yeah,
it was-
the edge crust. That's what I mean.
yeah,
Yeah. The rest of the crust is pretty good though.
it was
Yeah.
good. Yeah, what's the next one?
Oh. So that's our jalapeno rancher. I put the ranch on the side because I don't know who
It's
likes
over
the
here.
ranch. There's some right here too. I brought
Oh, I'm sorry.
two, yeah.
I'm sorry about that.
two. No, you're good.
Do you want me to pour it on?
I mean, if you want to pour it on your piece, yeah.
Oh, excuse me.
You can just dip it.
Yeah. Dip it.
I'm gonna dip you.
Okay.
Yeah.
We'll start with Keith.
The range is actually special range. It's called Frankie. 'Cause everybody's
Oh.
dipping in.
Ah,
Wow.
I get it.
Todd's getting the bulk of it though.
That gives the bulk of it.
That's where they got the ranch.
Oh, you're calm or?
Where'd you get the? Where'd we get the ranch?
Yep, Keith, that's the joke. That's the joke.
Way to ruin it. That is a spicy meatball.
Yeah. So that's.
There's no meatballs on this.
So we did 2 chicken pizzas this week.
Yeah.
That gets our house.
Well, why
red
would you
sauce
say it's a
in.
meatball?
Mott's. It gets breaded chicken, bacon, jalapenos,
Hey, Chris.
and a ranch drizzle. What's up?
I like this.
Y'all got?
I do.
Yeah, that's pretty good. The
Yeah.
flavors are good on that one.
I wonder what it. So I didn't put any or come on it.
No?
I wonder how good that'd be if you came on it.
I'm trying it.
Well,
Doesn't need the sauce.
I don't really want to try it.
It's good.
Would you for $2 billion?
Absolutely.
It's better with the ranch.
Is it?
Yeah. But I don't like chicken pizzas. I think they're weird.
Fair enough.
I like chicken pizzas.
I'm not really into weird pizzas. I like normal pizzas.
I like some weird
But
pizzas.
not that weird pizzas are bad. But I just more like normal pizzas.
When-
Yes, I love stuffing your chicken in my mouth.
Well, that was weird.
Yep.
It was meant to be.
Was it?
Weird
Anyway,
guess.
yeah, so, yeah, I actually like this one better than the chicken parm.
I think I agree.
Yeah.
Although,
Chicken parm's still like my top 5, so.
So, thanks
I
for
don't like
listening to us eat.
I'm not a big ricotta cheese fan.
Yeah?
So this one takes the cake for me for sure.
So I'm not a big ricotta cheese fan either.
Fix the pie.
We smooth ours out some to where it's not so gritty.
Which I did. I will say that
Yeah.
I ate more of that than I would have if it.
Yeah.
You know, if you probably didn't add your special cream to it.
yeah,
oh yeah.
the cream helps it.
So yeah, I'm not really a ricotta guy either.
Me either.
But
Yeah.
I know we talked about this.
We did.
But-
so, yeah.
But yeah,
There you go, Brennan.
That's
We
it.
spent the first 5 minutes of the show fucking stuffing our faces.
Yes.
that is the on-air fired review.
Yeah.
I guess we're going to do this from now on. Yeah.
Oh gosh, have you guys looked at the comments? Frank, Jacob Jackson says, AKA Big Hungry, the Cookie Monster, J Book, etc. The Barn says Big Hungry. Wow.
Yeah, that's like a joke that you're
What a
hung.
compliment.
Whoa. Yeah.
Frankie
Yeah, we
Logan
knew.
says, "Yay, my hot toddy is there. Who loves ya, baby?" And then she says,
Thumbs up.
"She says, oh, can I have some with Chris's cream on it?" I'm actually impressed that she used the apostrophe appropriately there.
That is, yeah,
Like,
yeah.
that's the best part of that whole comment there.
Cream.
And then Jacob Jackson says he is a great listener. Oh, how does he
Ooh.
know?
See?
I wonder.
See?
Hey, Jake, do you think Jerry would make a great boyfriend?
To a lucky lady.
You didn't say that. And what if he doesn't want it to
It was
be?
implied.
What if he doesn't want it to be?
Where you at,
Well-
Brennan? Where's Brennan?
I don't
If
know.
he wants to be a man's boyfriend, that's his thing. That's cool.
A man's boyfriend.
Yeah.
Okay.
A man's.
But as opposed to a boy's
Justin's.
boyfriend?
Justin's. But anyway,
Hold on, where are we
hey.
going with that, Todd?
I was just
Confused?
for a second I was.
so let's say
But it made sense once it ran through my mind a few times.
let's go that was good pizza. Everybody go pizza. Where you at?
Oh, where are we at? So we're tomorrow we're in Fredericktown.
Yeah.
Friday we're in downtown Park Hills for the fourth
Yeah.
food truck Friday fix or whatever they call it.
Yeah.
And then Saturday, we were supposed to be at the '90s nostalgia concert out at the Big River Outdoors, but that got
Oh
canceled.
yeah.
That got canceled for some reason. And so we're gonna be at the Deloge AutoZone with Keith's Mobile Kitchen, best pretzels around.
I don't have a kitchen.
What day?
For sure.
Saturday.
So his pretzels are round.
Well, some of them. He's actually making pretzel donuts too, and they look.
Oh, he
really
makes
His pretzels
amazing
are
pretzels,
amazing.
dude. For real.
Yeah.
Like you can take Gus's pretzels, Annie Ann's pretzel. his put them all to shame. Like, hands down, put them all to shame.
They got pretty good lemonade too.
Definitely want to give a shout out to Bell on Wheels. Their fucking jalapeno popper egg rolls, absolute fire.
I want to try that so bad.
Absolute fire. I had 3 of them today,
That's a lot.
and my only complaint is I didn't have 4.
Yeah.
Like, it was,
Fair enough.
I could have eaten several of those, and they're big too. Like,
Mm.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. So anyway, yeah, that's the fired review.
Yeah. So let's get right into the albums.
The albums.
Yeah. So Chris, you had the
Oh yeah. So my album this week, Beastie Boys' "License to Ill," all the
Yeah.
way back from 1986.
what'd you think about it, Chris?
I thought it was fantastic.
Yeah.
As did everyone but you.
Yeah, I'll go last.
Todd, what's your take on it?
So I've been a Beastie Boys fan pretty much my whole life because I don't know how anyone can hate the Beastie Boys.
Yeah,
It's
because they're
the Beastie
fantastic.
Boys. Like they don't do anything wrong.
Nope.
I didn't. Hey, listen.
So-
I just didn't say I hated them.
Well, to
You're
be
putting
fair,
words in my mouth, and that's not what I want you
What's
to
in
do.
your mouth?
I know what you want in your mouth.
Yeah.
Hang on just a second.
You know,
Some more
but,
fired pizza.
No, I already put the slice over here because I already knew Justin was going to eat it. So,
It's all gone now.
yeah.
It's in my belly.
Yeah, no, it's an album I've pretty much been listening to for most of my life. So this actually, I was really happy about this week because we picked 2 good artists that I've already listened to.
Would you call it revolutionary?
The Beastie Boys.
Absolutely.
The Beastie Boys, I would, yes.
They are for sure. revolutionary.
Yes, because they were actually, you know. Well, I won't go down. I won't
They
go down.
actually,
this
they
road.
actually invented music.
What?
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
thought that was Linkin Park.
No,
No.
Beethoven actually got
They
his
invented really good
inspiration
He was
from Beastie
inspired
Boys.
from. Oh, that makes sense. Yeah, they're very similar.
But yeah, License to Ill is one of the greatest albums ever made. You know, so yeah, obviously that album was a good choice.
No. Well, you know,
You know, I know what makes you cheer, so that's why I'm just like, yeah, is your, you know,
I'm going last.
I know, but I'm just, you know,
So Jerry, you go next.
So, License to Ill growing up was one of my favorite albums. Probably, it's in my top 10 favorite albums of all time.
Nice.
Grew up on the album, absolutely love it. Even though a few of the lines on the album didn't age the best.
Oh no.
like
What are those?
like what?
Jimmy
like what?
Page?
the Jimmy Page, and then what's the next line? I don't want to say it because if it gets clipped, it
Yeah,
sounds real
it's
bad,
definitely
you
gonna
know?
get clipped.
Like what do you know? I want to
Yeah,
know.
I'm being baited.
I said it to you last night, Todd.
You
And I was like, that's the Beastie Boys.
A lot of stuff happened last
And you were
night,
like-
and I was pretty up there.
You were.
So
I mean, so something about Jimmy Page because
I'll just say it. Who cares? Because the
Yeah.
girlies he likes are underage.
yeah.
Ah, yeah.
well, I mean, doesn't
The weird-
age well.
yeah,
When was chomoism ever okay? Doesn't age well.
Damn.
Like, what do you mean by that? I was
I
thinking it
feel
was
like in the '80s that was the rock star thing to do.
no. That's not
No,
okay.
no, it wasn't
look at a
okay.
lot of
It wasn't okay. But I mean, look, Steven Tyler. Who was the?
And that wasn't okay.
No,
That's
no, no.
weird.
Anthony
I don't
Anthony
think
Kiedis.
I don't think anyone's taking up for it.
No,
I
no,
just
no,
want to
no.
throw that out.
Well, I wasn't expecting that line of all the lines that didn't age well. He's just like, it's not okay anymore
think-
to date underage
Well,
girls.
I
It's
can
maybe
tell you
the-
the
well,
kids
maybe-
definitely didn't age well because they've got some trauma from that experience.
He was so into that one. So I don't want to explain this for Jerry in case I'm wrong, but I'm thinking by age well he means like for him because as a kid you don't really understand what that means.
I mean, that makes sense, I guess.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know, you listen to it and it's one of your favorite songs, and then you listen to it older and you go, "Whoa, I didn't catch that."
Yeah.
You know, I don't know what context they had that in, you know, but
Oh, it's exactly what you think it was.
I think that is the context.
Yeah.
I don't know. It's, I guess, when I need to revisit more.
Listen.
Nevertheless,
Yeah,
still
you know
love
what's
the
going on in
album.
the comments right now.
Oh God, here we go.
I don't even want to know what's going on in the comments right now.
I do. I would love to know what's going on in the comments.
So, are you doing that, Keith?
No,
or-
no, I'm not doing it.
So,
Shit.
well, Tara Barton, she said she loved the Beastie Boys album. I've listened to it twice now. So, Tara, was that your first time listening to that album? Here over the last week, is my question for you. But, B.R. Dane, Brennan, he says, but only referencing it. So I guess he's talking about Jerry.
Oh no, I think he said something prior to that.
I don't see anything.
Can somebody say the word, but only referencing it? But we'll skip
Oh.
by that.
But then the barn says B. Dane would say it, and
For
Brennan
free.
says for free. And then yesterday, Justin looked like an emo boy, and today he looks like a truck driver who's fresh out of getting fired.
And then Tara says, yes, it is the first time listening to it.
Yes, yeah. It's
So,
fantastic album.
this
The
is what
album,
Justin looks like when he goes
besides that
downhill.
line, ages well. I think
Yeah,
I think it holds up.
Yeah, it's a great album.
Go ahead, Keith. Or did
Oh, no,
we do
Justin's
Justin's?
going to go
Okay,
first.
Justin.
I let everybody go first so he could form his opinion. So,
So I can form my opinion.
Whatever the internet told him to like or say.
No, I think it's a fantastic album. It's
Yeah,
not
it's-
like my typical listen, but I love it. It's
So-
definitely revolutionary.
Before we get to Keith's review of this album, Jerry, what was your favorite song on the album?
Is it the one about underage girls?
No, it is not.
no, it used to
Okay.
be.
It used to be,
actually-
not
but it didn't
anymore.
age
It's
well.
actually Girls.
No,
Girls is a good
so
song.
I
It is a
like
good song.
Brass Monkey. Always,
Brass
it
Monkey's
just holds a
great.
special
That
place
Funky
in my.
Monkey.
Yeah, it
Yeah.
was like my first favorite song as a kid
Yeah.
that I can remember. So it just holds
Yeah.
a special place in my heart.
Yeah.
All right, I'm gonna say mine. Mine's Paul Revere. I had my kid. My kid knew every single word of that when she was like 4. Like Paul Revere for me is
What a
hands
terrible
down.
parent.
Yeah, shut up. Anyway, Todd, what's your favorite? And
Man, that's rough, man. Because there's a lot of good ones. So it's either going to be Brass Monkey or No Sleep Till Brooklyn.
yeah, No Sleep Till Brooklyn's pretty great.
Honest, I don't know, dude. Because like growing up, like Five for Your Right to Party really did like help me shape like my stick it to the man kind of attitude, you know. So
Stick it
Yeah.
to the man.
yeah. So
So hold on. Go ahead, Justin. What's your favorite off that?
Mine's still Paul Revere too.
Paul Revere.
Yeah.
that's because you said it, Chris, and you knows what that song title is now.
Ryman and Stealing is a great song as well.
Oh,
I really
that was
like
one of
that
my
one.
least favorites.
Really?
Yep.
Really? Let's see. I'm just looking over them now. Of course, Fight for Your Rights on there. That's an all-time classic. Slow and Low. That's a good song.
Oh, I didn't like that one
Slow.
either.
Of course you didn't. All right, Keith. So let's
So
hear
I'll
your
tell you.
review.
I'll tell you my favorite song first. If I had to pick
Okay.
one, honestly, it probably is Paul Revere or the For Your Right.
Yeah.
Maybe No Sleep. It's probably one of the
No Sleep's
singles
great.
because, that's all I dove in. Yeah, I didn't dive in. I never dove into it. So that's really all I heard.
We're supposed to dive into it this week.
I did, but I'm saying those sounded familiar, so those would be my favorites.
I get it.
Okay.
If I had to pick. I didn't care for it. I thought I was watching listening to Dwight and Michael rap about Scranton,
That still is better than most modern rap.
Step
though,
Brothers,
anyways, so.
the Nina, the Pinta,
Can you hit
the Santa
the
Maria. Yeah,
How is that
same-
different? How is that different from most rap? How is that Scranton rap different from most rap? It's not. It is not.
I
They just don't sing about debauchery, and that's why people don't like it.
I didn't. So it's the voices. I can't do it.
But you
it
listen
just
to Taylor
annoys me.
Swift, so I
Yeah,
don't
that's different.
understand.
It's different.
Yeah.
So one straight up, yeah, I'm a chomo, and one has one line about it. So you like it when they're just like, okay, we absolutely straight out just hate
Allegedly.
children.
Allegedly.
Sure, allegedly. So you like
But
it.
one is literally in the song, and I'm not even referencing that. I just don't care for it.
Hey, can you hit the elephant button real quick?
For Todd, yeah.
No.
What
for-
is the
for
elephant
your
button?
So
entire-
this is for Todd.
No, that's
that
for
was
your
this is for
review.
Keith.
That was for Keith.
your entire
No.
That's all the chomos clapping for Keith right now. Like,
Yeah. The elephant
So-
sound was for Keith's entire review.
So that's fine. I knew I was going to be in the minority. Everyone I know that like in general loves
What's
the
wrong with
Beastie
being in the
Boys,
minority?
or I didn't say there was anything wrong. I said I knew it was going to be because everybody I know loves it. It's just not for me, and I can't do it. I tried. I listened to it, and I was like, oh, maybe it hits me. Maybe when I was a kid, if it hit me, I'd still like it or something. You know what I mean? Because I
Well,
think that's half of your
Well, if it
feelings
hit you, it
toward it.
definitely would have aged differently.
Do you want to explain that joke? Or?
If it hit you, he would have aged with the. Never mind.
No, it doesn't make any sense,
let's
does it?
hear- hey, J-
so,
Jake-
so
Jake,
no,
it
I'm
makes
gonna
perfect
continue.
sense.
Okay.
So I think half of that stuff that I don't like is because I didn't listen to it when I was younger and I didn't grow with it. So if I would have, I'd probably be with you guys, and most of you guys probably listen to that stuff. My parents didn't listen to the Beastie Boys. I
Well,
listened
neither-
to.
My parents didn't.
Well,
listen
I'm just
to
saying, like,
Kind of.
as you're,
I literally didn't-
you're older, like you
Oh, yeah.
probably listened to it in your car when it came out. I didn't. You know, so I'm just saying, like, a lot of that stuff, like, I wasn't introduced to, or if I saw it, I was just like, oh, that's, you know, neat. But I didn't, like, get into it because I wouldn't have had a way to get that. But I think that's half of it, right?
Yeah.
I think we grew up different.
Terry
I
and
guess
Jake,
so.
both. What are your favorites off that album? Anyway, sorry. Go ahead, Todd.
Oh no, I wasn't saying anything.
I was just,
No, I
oh,
think there's
oh,
got to be some sort of. Jared, you listened to it as a child?
Yeah, my parents.
You listened to it as a child? You listened to it
Absolutely.
as a child?
Yeah,
And
but I
My
You
dad
listened to it
listened
last
to it
week?
a lot.
but like my music influences are
Justin's still
complete
a
opposite
child.
of my parents.
no, and I'm not saying you follow your parents, but
I'm older than Jerry.
I think sometimes there's shit music that maybe are like we listened to or got into when we were kids that like
So it's like nostalgia now.
yeah, I think
Yeah,
so. I
yeah,
think that's half
no,
of
I,
it.
get- I get you, but
And I'm not saying that it wasn't like they did. That was
But-
pretty revolutionary.
I don't know. I think nostalgia works a lot of times though because it is good, and that's why we miss it. Because
Sometimes.
like I miss the '90s because to me the '90s was like the last greatest decade.
Newfound
because you
Glory didn't
have-
start in the 90s.
Well, you have forward progression in the '90s, but also you still retain that tradition, you know that kind of holds like meaning and value, and
I
you know,
agree, I
and-
agree with that.
you know what I mean. So
Yeah.
that's what I mean. Like nostalgia
Well,
is.
I'm not saying you're wrong there, but I think
but
there could
because,
be.
because a lot of nostalgia,
Okay.
but there's a difference of you remember that? Yeah, that was so bad. Wasn't that fun? because it was so bad.
So-
But that's where this isn't the case. Hey, do you remember the Beastie Boys? Of course, I grew up on them. I love them.
Well, see, that's how
Let
I am
me-
with the early
let-
2000s, but that's because I grew into the early 2000s.
What's wild to me is
Let
how
me
terrible.
relate this real quick.
Okay.
Okay, how many people do you know that like the Pig in Fredericktown?
I don't know people that go to the Pig until
don't
today.
know. Yeah.
Okay, but let's say so Todd, you don't exist here. But I think that's the
I'm
first
used
thing
to that.
Chad said when he walked in, right?
Yeah.
I think that's you. Everybody that I know that loves the Pig is from Fredericktown
Yeah.
because it's nostalgic. It's shit ass food.
Okay, so like In and Out though. In and Out sucks.
I've never been. I can't.
Well, that's liberal West Coast loves In and Out. I'm not saying that, that's
Yeah,
true.
no,
though,
go
but
ahead.
I just say true facts.
You're good.
And that and when I went to In and Out, it literally is like a worse version of McDonald's, and I don't understand why people like it. And it's like they like it because they're told to like it. And,
Are we talking about the restaurant or Frankie?
In and Out. Oh,
Yeah.
Well, I guess the question still stands.
And Todd hates it.
It's just there.
It's there.
It's just always open.
Why am I going? Like, why would anyone go to In and Out? I don't understand that. Like, it's
That's how I
gross.
feel about Five Guys.
Again, who
I
you
think
talking
Five
about?
Guys is like overrated as
Oh, I
hell.
love Five Guys.
So,
I think
you
that's
do.
a lot of dudes.
Well, it's delicious.
so
Eat some bitches.
I too enjoy Five Guys. I think
Yeah.
it's really good.
because
I think
it's-
it's good.
I just think
It
it's
has-
overpriced.
it is overpriced, but it has
it's
real
good.
quality and flavor, and
Yeah,
that's
I
it's not
agree.
chicken
No, I'm not
nuggets
saying it's
and
not
ketchup.
good. I'm just saying it's not good for the price.
I disagree.
Five
No.
guys
Yeah,
in
Five
and
Guys
out.
rocks.
That's what Barnes says.
What?
Five guys in and out.
Yeah, and then you come into the come and
That's
go
what he
right
said.
afterwards.
What?
You fuel up at the come and go right afterwards.
You do what at it?
Fuel up at the come and go.
Feel up?
Fuel up
Fuel up.
at the come
Okay.
and go.
Feel.
But no, I think nostalgia has some bad effect. I'm not saying that you guys wouldn't like it if you heard it today, whatever. But I think sometimes that happens, and I'm sure there's stuff that for me. But I think that's why. So don't hate on me, okay? Okay.
I won't.
Just
I
because I
won't.
don't like it.
Why don't you like the pig?
Oh, do you want me to go in the story?
I do.
Oh, we're getting into the story.
So one, it's shit.
Okay.
Okay.
I don't know
I
what
already
this
heard it
place
one.
is.
I'm gonna go take a pee.
So
Yeah, Justin does not like it when I repeat stories. He made that obvious earlier. I had to quit talking to him for an hour, and that was great, by the way.
so
but
it's
it-
actually three pigs in a trench coat.
So anyway, I went there. I'm gonna try to shorten the story up. We'll see how it goes. So I went there. I've only been there like 3 times now. First time, shit. Tiffany took me there because her family's from Fredericktown, so she ate it as a kid. She's like, "This place is great," and sometimes my wife has bad opinions. Obviously, I'm not one of those, but I almost didn't date my wife because she said something not great about the new Newfound Glory album that came out at that time. And she still hears about it today, obviously.
Yeah,
I don't
I
let
mean-
things go. I haven't been to Costco since 2007. But
Who
anyway,
hurt you?
Costco.
Why? Let's
you want me to
derail
get
this
that
for
one
a
too?
second. Yeah, just
All
a
right.
summary, real quick.
So it's a fall day in 2007.
just
This
a
is a
summary.
quick summary.
Early fall morning. And I have a early class cancel, so I went to Merrimack.
Okay,
Is this a college or something?
it's a river.
That makes more sense to me than Keith going to college.
So I did go to college. So
but you work at T-Mobile.
wow, that's actually it's a pretty good job, Todd.
Well, good. I'm
That
glad.
hurts.
Amy, she will not be able to shorten the story. I was late for work because of it.
Yeah, she's not kidding. So anyway, the Costco story. So it's a fall early morning in 2007. Amy can tell you about it. She was there. And I had an early class cancel, and we were already up there because me and my sister used to ride together up there, and we were like, let's go here. And then I'm like, what's this Costco thing? Like, that looks neat. Let's try it. So we start to go up. There's all these old ladies going in, and I'm like, well, maybe, we'll see what it's all about. And so we start walking in, and nobody's card is checked. Nobody's.
Yeah,
Nobody's.
except for yours.
Jeez, I'll get there. And then, so even my sister walks in, but then they stop me. And they ask for my card. And then Amy has to turn around. She's like, what's going on? Like, why can't you get in? Like, you should be able to too, but that was
A
wrong.
card?
Yeah, Costco card. Like, it's a member
membership
club. It's
card.
kind of like Sam's, but fuck them.
But fuck them.
Yeah. Anyway,
never-
so
I've
did
never
you-
been to
did you-
Sam's.
Did you not get to go in?
So I
Or a
didn't,
Costco.
but I didn't get to go in. So they stopped me, and they were like, "Hey, you can't come in here." And I was like, "Well, I just want to see what you have." And they were like, "Well, you can't. You have to go over here and buy a membership." And then I was like, "Well, why would I buy a membership unless I find what I like?" And they were like, "You can't go in here. You have to go buy a membership." And I was like, "I'm not gonna buy a membership if I don't know what's in there. Just let me look around." And they were like, "No, you have to go buy a membership." I was like, "I'm not gonna buy a membership until you tell me what's in there." Well, it's like they were hiding something, and we went on for a few minutes. And so anyway, I left that day, and I said, I'm never going to a Costco in my life ever again.
Okay.
And that was 2007.
Did you?
No,
Yeah, I stand by that decision.
thank
yeah.
you.
I'll stand by that.
Yeah, no,
because
I-
you're right. I agree with that.
I've never been to a Costco.
I won't ever go to Menards, so I agree.
Hey,
with
never
Tom.
go to Costco. Guys, I
don't go
need
to
your...
Menards. Well, I did go to Menards once, but
Todd, never go to a Costco, okay?
I had no choice.
Listen,
There's nothing
if I
worth
walk
it.
into a place and they ask me for like, "Where's your membership?" I'm probably gonna walk out anyways.
Hey,
'cause
you know who doesn't do that?
Who?
Sam's.
Everybody.
Everybody
yeah, they
go to
do.
Sam's Club.
Yeah, they don't ever
They
check
ask for
mine.
your card.
Listen,
They
these sound
only do when you check out.
these sound like city stores anyway, so I'm probably not gonna go to it because I
Oh,
don't
So
like
hold
it.
on, hold on.
So.
Before you get on with your story, what's your beef with Menards?
They impose fascist, like when the whole mask thing was going on, like
Yeah.
how they were very big fascism on the
So
mask.
that kind of pissed me off. Not necessarily the mask thing, but my wife and I and my daughter tried going in there.
Same. So I haven't been in there since. And that's not the same reason,
they-
but like, yeah, I
They
get what you're
basically
saying.
were saying we can only have so many people in the store, and we don't want people who aren't purchasing something, so you can't have your kids in the store.
Yeah.
That's
Which I thought was really fucking.
Yeah, so
Which-
that's where I
and,
felt.
you know,
like
and
I'm okay
that's-
with the masks.
and that,
but-
and when I say like, hey, these things lead to tyranny and blah 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 blah, and then that's what I mean is that when
Yeah.
hey, now we're gonna do this, and then now this slope leads to this, which leads to that, and then I don't want to shop at places that
Yeah.
you know they were calling the cops on people. They were calling the cops on the public on like this is Farmington. You know, this is guys, if we have a store calling the cops on its own community for something as stupid as a mask. And here's also something that you know, because whenever I go to Casey's and I see the 600-pound person shove their hand into the back of their pants and then they touch the gas nozzle. Right? And then, but you're going to tell me you got to have your mask on. Like my guy, I live in Park Hills. I'm surrounded by either obese, chomo, or drug addict germs, like everywhere. And you think I'm going to be worried about a mask. Like, no. Like, we got to stop being dumb. Society has to stop being dumb. We just need to stop. It's not going to happen. But, you know, I guess, you know.
My one experience with Menards, I went one time to get some cinder blocks to put my piano up on when it was in storage, and I had to get it in a pinch, so I didn't know where else to get cinder blocks other than Menards.
Oh.
So I went over to Menards, and
Where's the legs on the piano? I guess is. I'm really confused.
To keep it from getting rain in his storage unit.
Yeah,
he
because the
means.
storage unit flooded a lot. So
But the legs.
yeah, they were close to the ground.
And they were
So,
wood. So it would
Yeah,
ruin them.
I didn't want it to.
None of
get
this makes
damaged.
sense, but okay.
No, it does. But go ahead.
Okay.
But anyway, so I went and got them, and well, it's the first time I've ever been to Menards. I don't know where to fucking get them. You know, you had to go back and get them yourself and all that good shit. No big deal there. I was trying to get help for like a fucking hour to try to figure out where to get 4 cinder blocks at.
A fucking
And-
hour is pretty quick for me.
Did you ask for help? Or
And you're not allowed to go back and just grab whatever cinder block. You have to get the exact ones you purchased at the fucking door. And I'm like, what the hell?
I mean, that makes sense.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They didn't let you just have whatever you wanted.
Well, I'm just saying.
that?
I'm just
Fucking
saying.
crazy.
I'm
I went to
confused.
buy a shovel.
I'm just saying I have to go back there and get it myself, and nobody wants to help me figure out where the hell
no,
they're
I
at.
get that. But it sounds a lot like I went to buy a shovel and they wouldn't let me have a rake.
Yeah.
I paid for a shovel,
No, it's
but
just,
they wouldn't
you
let me
have
the
it.
rake.
There's like 100 different fucking types of cinder blocks for
Yeah.
one. I didn't know that. But
So-
anyway, I went in and nobody's there to fucking help. And then they're like, you have to have the specific one. And I was like, okay, you want to point me to the fucking specific one I paid for?
So before we went on all this Menards rant, Keith was talking about his experience at the pig.
Oh yeah, I'll shorten it real quick. Basically, they brought me the wrong fries, and that's the reason I went there. Okay, and then so I was like, hey, wrong ones, and I never do this, and I'm usually just like, I'll eat whatever I get, and
You really wanted those fries.
I did. That's why I went there.
And you were super hungry.
I was so hungry.
Yeah.
And I hadn't taken my medicine, so I was a little off balance there. So
When-
my Zoloft.
I was going to say that
Yeah.
that's the only time you're ever off balance when you don't take your medicine. I want to see you without the medicine for real.
No, you don't. But so anyway, they bring it out. They got everybody else's fries right, and I'm like, "Hey, can you get it right?" And then she's like, "Yeah." And then it takes forever, and I'm hungry because the burger's shit, and I asked for sauce, and she didn't bring it to me.
And you told him it was bland, right?
I did. I said. She said, "Oh, do you want some sauce?" After I had asked for sauce 20 minutes ago, and then I said, "Yeah," because this is bland as fuck. And so. And I never do that either because I'm not mean to them, but she was kind of a bitch. But she told me,
But she was kind of a bitch.
she told me, she's like, because I'm hungry, so I'm like picking at these fries. I wasn't going to eat them because that's not what I wanted. And then I'm picking at them, and she stops by my table, not bringing me shit, but she stops to tell me, hey, if you eat any more of those fries, I'm going to have to charge you for the new ones. And I was like, what the fuck? Like the
Yeah.
audacity.
Yeah,
You
that's
fucked
pretty-
it up.
that's pretty
You
fucked
took
up.
forever, and you already suck.
Yeah.
So if you want, I will tell you the full story because there's a lot more extra to it, and maybe I can be more convincing. But I thought I'd be quick here. So that is the story. So fuck the pig.
Fuck the pig.
You really upset me.
And
I
then
have have no opinion about the pig.
and then
Oh,
they,
fuck 'em.
they made sure that you knew
Well, I
that
don't
the
know.
cheese sauce for
Oh,
your daughter's
and-
tots were extra.
Yeah, people don't pay for that because they said it's not for extra, and we were like, we were gonna pay for it. It's not like we're trying to get fucking free shit. It's like the whole time she thought I was just trying to get free shit. It's not like I ate my shitty ass fucking bland burger
Yeah.
and then was like, hey, this is the wrong one. I just asked for it.
Did you order a plain burger?
I ordered what they. So the other thing is the pig shouldn't call themselves barbecue because it's not barbecue, and they definitely shouldn't say we're the famous or the best barbecue because one, it's not barbecue, and two, it's shit,
And it's not famous.
and it's not famous. But the burger I got
It's
had the
communally
pulled
famous.
pork, had the pulled pork on the burger, and I thought, hey, this could be a good combo because the second time I went, didn't explain this, but that was the only good time I had it. I got a burger and those fucking fries that I wanted.
Yeah.
So I thought, hey, I'll try this with that. No, bad idea.
See, if it was world famous, Todd would have had it already.
That's true. I bet they would fuck up brisket.
Yeah.
Why would
Man.
Why would I have had?
Yeah, because they probably cook it in the fucking crock pot.
There was one place that was open for a while there. It had like a pig for the logo. It was there at the Express shop, the old
Wiggly
Express
Wiggly?
shop.
oh, Piggly
maybe.
Wiggly is fucking
Oh,
great.
man.
Yes.
No.
They
I
don't
went
deserve
in there.
to put a
I
fucking
went in,
pig
no,
on.
no,
No,
I
hold
went
on,
in there.
Justin. I got to
I
rant
went
real
in there.
quick.
No, I went in there to have barbecue, right?
I know what you're talking about. Yeah.
Dude, they ate like freaking. They made your mac and cheese out of a can. Like you sit there and watch them make it out of a fucking can, put it in a microwave, and you eat that shit.
I've never seen canned mac
And
and,
I'm like-
cheese, but that's pretty funny.
I'm like,
haven't.
I could have
That's how a
bought
lot
this
of
shit
restaurants
myself
do
and made it
stuff.
way better.
Oh yeah, I know what
But
you're
that-
talking
yeah,
about. The big can.
A lot
yeah,
of
yeah, yeah.
a lot of restaurants do
Oh
that.
no,
though.
no,
You
no!
just
This
don't
was
see
like
it.
a literal like store bought can that I could have went to
Yes,
like
in a lot of restaurants,
fucking Harps
more
and got,
than you
which
know,
they
do
probably
that.
got from in the first place.
100%. But the pig shouldn't use a pig as their logo because Piggly Wiggly does, and that is one of the greatest grocery stores ever existed.
Yeah.
Well, the place that was there at the express shop ended up like closing down, and
What is
apparently
the
like
express shop?
Right across from where Turner Chevrolet Park Hill
Oh,
Chevrolet
I
is.
think we talked about it. Why would you
yeah.
ever buy a sandwich from there?
Oh no, they were great.
Oh, I would never
the
just
pulled
like
pork
the place
was
looks
good, but
terrible.
like all the sides were just like cans that you
Oh,
could get
when-
from like
before-
Harps and shit.
when it was the-
and they
yeah.
heated it up in a microwave. And that's what pissed me off.
At
about
least they
that
heated
place.
it up.
And, like,
My burger
see,
was cold.
For me, when I try something new for the first time, like a new restaurant, if they have mac and cheese on the menu, that is the first thing that I order.
Such a child.
No. I order the mac and cheese because my motto is
This
if
toddler
the restaurant
activity.
fucks up mac and cheese, it's not going to be a good place.
I mean, you're probably
Because
not too
it's hard to
wrong.
fuck up mac and cheese.
No,
Like,
I feel
But-
like that's the
but-
worst. That's
but-
the worst place to start.
But like Todd said,
And you got pulled pork. Like everybody does pulled pork, right?
I
Except for the
got pulled
pig.
pork
Yeah,
too, but I
but-
mean, I got mac and cheese for the side.
but like Todd
I'm just
said,
saying that's the
It's
thing.
a
like
lot of
the first time I
restaurants
went to
do,
Twins.
do the
Yeah.
can shit.
Yeah.
First time I went to Twins, I had mac and cheese as a side. The mac and cheese was fantastic.
Yeah.
I decided Twins was great.
So Todd, do you remember? I don't know if
I mean, the
That's
food, the rest of the food was
so
awesome too.
stupid.
But
I don't know if Keith will remember. I know Justin and Jerry won't. But do you remember when Country Mart in Park Hills was Piggly Wiggly?
No.
You don't
I did
remember
not
that?
know that.
No, I don't
Did
think.
you know that?
I don't think I
No.
lived here then.
Yeah.
I went to Kroger a lot.
I
Yeah.
do remember Kroger. I'd have to go there
Oh,
every
you
Sunday
got
night.
your money, didn't you?
I mean, I've lived here for like 29
Kroger,
years, and I don't remember it
Grandpa's,
being a
Value
Piggly
City,
Wiggly.
like all those.
Yeah,
you know,
yeah,
Yeah.
I remember all those.
Every Sunday night, I would have to go into Kroger and break the change for our lunch money that week. That was the only time I went to Kroger.
I don't even remember Kroger.
But
well, my mom worked close to there. She worked at the college.
You don't
and-
remember
Yeah, yeah,
Kroger?
No,
That's wild. I remember Kroger, and I'm younger than you.
They
yeah,
smell some
I grew
memorial
up here my
flowers
whole
in
life. I don't remember Kroger or Piggly Wiggly.
I don't remember
I-
Piggly Wiggly.
Wiggly had to
Wiggly
be
was-
gone pretty
Yeah,
early.
it's
The
probably
interest-
before you
I-
were born,
that was
Justin.
probably before me.
Yeah, I was starting to say it was always Country
When
Mart
were
when
you
I was
born?
growing up.
04? 95?
95.
95.
Yeah.
04.
It's probably I couldn't remember.
I think it was. So I don't remember, but I had to be. I think we moved here when I was like 6. So
So Bouncing Souls.
yeah, that's what I was gonna say. So thank you, Jake, for that.
Yeah, that was
because
great.
one, it was a good album, but it reminded me of their older stuff, which was it like the last?
we didn't.
I'll think
there
of-
was no album. You just remember?
Yeah, it was Simplicity,
Oh, remember we had that group chat. They're like, we don't remember. We'll
and
just
then I
listen about
said
it." So-
it's Simplicity.
Oh, I didn't see that. I
didn't
just
see that.
So I just put them on shuffle
Oh,
on Spotify and basically listened to their like hits.
okay.
Yeah.
And they were all hits. They were good, great.
Yeah.
I liked it.
What?
The
So Jake, thanks for the recommendation.
so I was gonna let me.
dude. But hey, I'm doing the podcast. I gotta go. I love you.
So yeah, I listened to that
Okay, bye.
album, and then I went through and I remembered I was like, there's a song that was on Epitaph Records used to put out that
Epitaph. Epitaph.
they used to put out the
You said epitaph.
they used to put out this Punkorama and the Bouncing Souls and this
Yeah.
one that I had that I really liked. I forgot about the song, but I used to play that one on there all the time, and it was called the Something Special, I think, and it reminded me of that. So thanks, Jake, because I remembered old Bouncing Souls, and that shit was good. This one was good. I didn't even know they were still making music, to be honest.
I
so,
didn't either.
So nice pick, Jake.
Yeah.
I like Bouncing Souls a lot.
I was familiar with a lot of their older stuff. I had never listened to the record, but I listened to it a lot
Yeah.
this week, and I think I'll probably revisit it because I did like it.
It was
Yeah.
pretty good.
What's your favorite song?
Who?
Oh, well, you wouldn't know probably, right?
No, I don't know.
I don't-
I think mine's
I
like
don't know
Tightrope
either.
or something. Yeah, Tightrope.
Okay.
Tightrope was good because it reminded me of the older style. But yeah, that was real good. Jerry, do you have a favorite one out there?
If I can, let me look at the track list. I don't remember which one it is, but I don't remember the name of it.
Justin?
I remember he works
I
with
don't have a
numbers.
favorite
Jake says
one
Gravity.
necessarily either. I
Oh,
don't know
okay.
the names myself because like I listen kind of like how Chris is. I just kind of played it on a shuffle while I was working, so I don't know the names of them. Overall though, it was a good album. It's not like my go-to type stuff, but it was
It
pretty
makes
good.
sense. Yeah, that was good.
I'll
So
revisit it at some point, but
I
not
like-
very often.
I liked Hey Aliens.
Oh,
and
okay.
then Gravity.
Gravity,
the
that's
two- were
Jake's
the-
pick too.
Were the
Yeah.
two that I liked.
Yeah, I thought Tightrope was the best, but I liked him. I liked the album. That was really good.
Todd, favorite song on it?
I don't know about that album because I wasn't told to listen to that album. But my favorite Bouncing Souls song is True Believer.
Okay.
Oh, that's a good one too. So
Yeah.
that reminded me so that's around the time where I listened to them and checked them out. So True Believer's off that same album that I was talking about. I'm pretty sure.
Oh yeah.
It's a good one. So I have the pick this week though.
Yeah. What's that?
So
Newfound Glory.
no,
Oh.
it's not. You guys didn't listen to it when
The
I
Used.
listened. Well, the used.
I know. I'm kidding.
I mean, I like the used, but they have one? We probably already heard it. It's
Yeah.
good.
Census fail.
Everyone should always listen to Census Fail.
Should they?
Yeah.
I'll agree
Okay, I
with that.
Yeah,
agree with
second
that
best
too.
band in the world.
Really?
That might
yep.
be a stretch, but I do like Census Fail.
It's not a stretch because it goes Newfound Glory.
Definitely top 5.
It goes Newfound Glory, Census Fail, Yellow Card,
Okay.
and then the other ones kind of shuffle around. But you got Wonder Years in there. Story So Far is in there. Alistair's in there.
Alistair's great too.
Yeah. Starting Line's in there.
So what's your?
The Get Up
album of
Kids
the-
are in there. Saves the
album of
Days
the
in there. Oh, so I'm gonna go with MXPX.
Okay.
Okay.
Hell yeah.
Because the Bouncing Souls kind of sent me back,
Yeah.
and MXPX really got me into pop punk.
Yeah.
And I'm gonna go Slowly Going the Way of the Buffalo though.
Okay.
That was one of my.
Hell
I
of
used-
a title.
Yeah.
yeah, it's a great one. So that's gonna be my pick, and yeah,
I'm
let's go
excited
back
to
to
re-listen.
1998, I think.
I'm actually excited to re-listen that.
So let's get a listener pick. Somebody in the YouTube chat,
Yeah.
send us some suggestions.
Album of the week.
Thanks, Jake. Appreciate it. He said fantastic pick.
It is a fantastic.
All
pick.
mine are fantastic.
I love
Jake
MXPX.
picks great,
Yeah.
great albums, but somebody who isn't Drake, for once, let's give you a
It's
turn.
somebody that isn't.
But
Drake.
Jake, just for
pick
you
an
know,
album.
throw one out there for us, just in case.
Yeah.
Yeah, just in case, because you may
fallback
be the
option.
only one.
That's basically what we did last week. He's like, if no one else says it, I'll say it.
Yeah.
But
Terry, you got any suggestions on pop punk music?
Yeah.
Amy says Life
Oh.
and Dreaming.
which is a great one. That's a Hidden in Plain View.
Okay.
Really good.
Okay.
I'm down for that one.
Yeah, we can do that.
They
one.
have so that album contains the song with the greatest bridge of all time. So
All right. Yeah. Well,
Garden
I've
State.
never heard of them.
Statement, Garden Statement.
Garden Statement. Yeah, you.
Yeah,
you
Garden
said
State is the
yeah,
Census
you were
Fail
ta-
song.
Yeah, you're talking. That's
Garden
my favorite
Statement.
Census Fail song. But yeah.
So
That's
yeah.
the one I have liked. I knew I had a song by them liked. I couldn't remember what it was.
Who's
so I
that?
looked them up.
Hidden in Plain View.
Yeah,
Oh yeah, probably because I told you this is the greatest bridge in fucking history.
that's
never
probably where it
listened to
came
them.
from.
Yeah.
honestly. You probably
It's
showed it to
good.
me.
It's yeah. Hopefully you guys like it. Todd will probably shit on it, but that's fine.
Do you like
So Jerry,
MXPX, Todd?
Jerry.
I
Oh
love
no,
it.
How
no,
was your
he.
week?
I figured he's
no,
like that one.
sorry. Yeah, you're talking about
Oh.
Life and Dreaming.
Well,
Hidden in Plain View.
Yeah,
Got ahead.
Yeah.
that's who it is.
Jerry, how was your week?
My week.
Yeah.
Oh, are we doing these segments still?
Yeah.
That's why I skipped it
Oh.
earlier. But
Okay. I think that okay.
Just quick highlights. We don't have to go
Uh,
over the entire week. Whatever.
Honestly, my worked all week, so a lot of
That's
low
pretty
lights
awesome,
there.
right?
Honestly, yeah. You weren't there a lot this week, so
oh, that does make it
yeah,
bad.
a lot of low lights.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Makes
so
sense.
I'm not gonna air all that out.
Suck up.
So.
Yeah. All right.
My week was all right. Worked a lot. Didn't do a whole lot.
Yeah. Hey Jerry, tell us a bit about your music taste.
My music taste.
Yeah, just
I got you. It's so,
Coyote Pepper. Or,
What's it taste like?
it really depends on my mood. I hate when people say it, but I do listen to a little bit of everything, but I hate
Weak.
hold on, I'm not done. Right now, my sense is kind of more,
Failing.
no. I'd say more like pop punk, melodic hardcore is what I've kind of been falling into a lot right now. I do like a little bit of, hip hop and R&B, but I don't like a lot of the newer stuff.
What have you been listening to?
Right now, a lot of like Hot Mulligan, some Koyo.
Yeah.
I've been listening to a lot of Koyo.
Koyo's nice.
They're going on tour with Story So Far. I think I saw.
Who?
Koyo. Did I see that right?
News to me.
Koyo?
Story So Far just announced a tour. And I want to say it was like Koyo or something like that. I don't know. Jake could probably tell us,
Koyo.
Yeah,
but
so,
I don't know who they are.
yeah, I saw them live. Is actually how I got into Koyo. I saw them live in Springfield, and I was like, these guys are great, and they put on a good show. So I've been I've been listening to a lot of them.
Oh yeah.
So they are on that tour. Jake confirmed. Yeah.
Those are the
they're
two
not
bands I've
coming
been
soon,
listening to the most
Jake
right
is our
now, probably.
information center.
Like Stat Boy.
But overall, Keith always likes to say I'm a big Taylor Swift fan, and that is the furthest thing from the truth.
Always. I've just said it like the
goodness.
past 2 days.
Jake has become our online correspondent.
Yeah.
Yeah, pretty much.
Yeah.
Yeah, but Taylor Swift is great.
I disagree.
Anyway, let's move on.
One
from that.
album doesn't make her great.
That's because she has
What's
a
up?
bunch.
What have you been listening to?
1989 is the only one.
Me?
Yeah.
Listening to well, a lot of Newfound Glory.
Hey, me too,
actually.
buddy.
Really?
Well, because we have a gig this weekend.
Oh, yeah,
and,
the Dress to
I
Kill.
like to. Unlike some people,
He likes to practice.
I like to practice, be dedicated, and be prepared.
Yeah,
and
that's-
it's not really working out in
Just gonna
any of
say-
the 4 bands
Just
that I'm
gonna
in.
say
But
all quality traits.
I think so, but apparently it's not shared by
Hey,
a lot of the
can we just
people.
say that you're not
So,
talking about me?
I'm not saying that. I'm not going
Oh.
to say that.
I practice
Yeah, he's
all the
talking about
time.
me. He's talking about me.
You've missed at least one practice.
I was out of town. I was out of town. Todd,
But I
they're-
thought
Todd, they're
Newfound
at
Glory
your-
was your favorite
they're
band.
at your house. You can't miss.
So
Like,
I have to be
that's
there 100%
unfair.
of the time, so I don't get to miss one
That's
because it's at my
unfair.
house.
I just
No,
want to say,
I'm saying
hey,
if you don't go, then
But
we
I
don't
thought you
have
loved
it.
Newfound Glory. I thought you'd be there because this is the best band of all time,
No,
right?
it
And we
is the
have,
best band
so
of all
why
time.
did you go out of
You make a
town when
good
you
point.
knew?
I had already.
you make a
yeah.
good point because
So-
he does complain about people not showing up to practice and stuff, but they are at his house. There has been times we have canceled practice because Todd has something going on.
But Todd, let me say this:
Well,
you guys
didn't miss
schedule practice
because there
while-
wasn't practice.
But
You
I
guys-
also don't leave practice early because I go to go see a girl or anything like that.
You
So,
guys
I didn't do it
scheduled
to go see a
You
girl.
guys,
So-
you guys scheduled practice when I was out of town. So like I couldn't just fly back.
So Todd, thank you for that.
You were dedicated.
You-
you
why
were
not?
dedicated
I
to your
thought
craft,
is
you would've.
Newfound
There's no
Glory not
airport
worth the
close to where I
flyback?
was.
Huh?
There's no airport close to where I
So
was.
you don't know how to drive?
16 hours, I wouldn't have made it.
Oh, so Newfound Glory is not worth 16
no,
hours.
it is worth it.
Where's all this
Oh, okay.
bragging about being a race car driver?
Oh,
So listen, they give you tickets
damn.
for that if
Fucking
you're not on a
shots
race car
fired.
track.
So
To what show?
Wait, what?
Just hit the bad joke button.
Oh, Justin. I
yeah,
was like,
yeah.
I was
So-
confused when it
so-
didn't come
yeah,
from
it
his
was a
mouth.
bad joke.
So just to kind of stay on topic but veer off, you guys are playing the Warped Tour, almost Warped Tour 24, right?
We
are.
are playing this show that for some reason starts at 1 p.m. and then ends at like 7 p.m.
That's my favorite.
That's
That
so Warped Tour right
sounds
there.
horrid to me, but
I like to
okay.
go
I
to
think
bed
it
by
ends at like
9.
8 or 9, but I could be
Like
wrong.
it should be done by like
I
I could see it done by 9.
Yeah.
I think
like
it
done
is
by
something like
9.
that.
yeah.
I don't know. It'll be okay.
Greg,
it'll be fine.
I saw
I
you
know-
out there earlier,
Greg.
so take that.
Yeah. So Justin, what have you been listening to?
Pretty much the albums of the week. That's all I've really had time to
Yeah.
mess with listening wise. Yeah, I'm last week I was so busy with everything, like I didn't even think about listening to the albums of the week, so I didn't do that. But this week I did, but that was
Oh, were you
Pretty much
supposed to
all I-
double up on your reviews?
yeah I didn't.
Wow.
I like
So we're not even going to ask Keith. He's just been listening to voice recordings of himself.
Wow. that's really something. I don't do that.
No, what have you been listening to, Keith?
So I have been listening to some Newfound Glory.
shocker.
But you know, hold on. I've been like just some other stuff, you know?
No, we don't.
I know, I'm trying to tell you, okay?
Are you?
God damn it, Todd. Rufio.
That's a good band.
Jason
Love
Isbell.
Yeah, nobody
is-
knows who
No
that
idea.
is.
Yeah.
The Cure. A lot of the Smiths.
Okay.
Last
Okay,
week's talk
good,
got
yeah.
me into that a little bit.
The Cure.
I love the Cure.
Yeah, that's
oh my
good.
god.
So also this popped up on my shuffle, and so I went back into the album. But Alisana is a
Okay.
band that
Yeah.
probably you wouldn't expect. But
Alisana is great.
I was like, I heard the song, and I was like, hey, you know what? We're gonna listen to the whole album. So I listened to that on Frail Wings, like the whole thing.
yeah.
So,
I don't think I'm familiar.
that's about it.
Alisana.
It's
probably
it's
not your thing.
2008ish, 7-8ish. It was
A lot of screams, a lot of really high pitched voices. You probably wouldn't like it.
yeah.
He's probably right.
It's probably the hardest thing that I listen to, but it's
Like
not.
because
They
it's
are great.
because it's difficult for you to do that because it's not like anything else but like pop punk or
I listen
or
to
weird music or
other
chomo rock.
stuff
Taylor Swift.
than pop punk.
Yeah, I said Chomo Rock.
Oh, okay. Okay. I didn't know. Well, I
Or
wouldn't call her
Chomo
rock.
Chomo Pop. Chomo Pop.
There
Why?
you go.
So
Why?
Chomo Rock would be like Lost Prophets, but
I mean, you're not wrong.
Yeah, you're
But-
right. You're right.
Listen,
okay. With my ears, I will do these
Todd.
things.
just because we don't share the same views on everything doesn't mean that I don't listen to stuff or that it's weird because you don't know it or like it. And because I don't like stuff that you like doesn't mean that I hate everything.
So I've been listening
I
to a
think
lot
you
of.
hate everything.
I don't hate everything.
I don't know, man.
I don't. But there's a whether what genre it is, a lot of times there
Let's
are
just-
elements that would have to like be there for me to like it.
Like what? Other than
Like, nobody else can like it.
No, no, that's not
I
true.
have one thing. Like Keith and Todd, both of you hate everything that isn't the stuff that you guys love the most.
I mean, you're right.
And then
Well, there's
you
a
guys-
reason why
you
we
guys-
like stuff.
You two
Hey,
clash
listen.
about things because those things that you love the most aren't the same to one another.
So first of all, good point, Todd.
About what?
what?
What did you say? That was a good point.
Chris.
You said something to the effect of, listening to the stuff. There's a reason why you like it.
There's a reason why
There's a reason why I like stuff,
but I don't understand.
and I don't understand some of the stuff you
So
like.
you can't say okay.
No, because
Just because you
like,
don't understand it doesn't mean that it sucks or that it's
Hey, listen, Jake
terrible
says
or
to does
to a lot
listen
of
to a lot of
to a lot of things, correct.
Are
To
you
a lot
do-
of things,
are you
but there
do-
are some things you can just you can look at it and you can understand with human consciousness and common sense because I can do more than just the average breathe, right? So I can look at something and go, wow, that's bad. You can just naturally do that. So
Okay.
and
this
I
isn't
and,
like murder.
But
and
I
there's
can-
and there's preference. Well,
yeah,
but I'm not
you
able
look
to.
at murder
and there's
yeah, that's
preferences,
fucking wrong.
and everyone should have preferences.
But I'm not able to have those.
No, that's not true. I didn't say that because, no, it's you do have preferences. They're just like here.
Not good.
We're like, hey, like, how do I put this? So like,
What he's saying is you have preferences, they're just not good.
no.
That's not
like,
fair. I think you have preferences that are not good. It's
So
subjective.
first of all, you're buying it. He's baiting you, and
Yeah,
you're buying
I
into
So
totally
it.
am.
it's
I love
subjective. It's subjective.
It is subjective,
now,
but
now one fact.
no, Taylor Swift's just not subjective. It's
so
wrong.
no, it's subjective.
It's
so
not.
there's
Nah.
one thing. Newfound Glory is the greatest band in the world, and
No,
that
they
is
are a
fact.
good band.
No.
That is
They
fact.
are a good
but
band.
the
They're
rest
great,
is
but they're not the
subjective.
greatest in the world.
But like, hey, man, like, what's your favorite metal band? And you're like, yeah.
I don't care for metal. It's the style of music that I don't like.
But like, you
But I don't just like stuff
But you
that I
also,
don't like.
but you also said Phil Collins was better than Elton John.
And that's true. His
No,
voice,
it's not
his voice
true at
is
all.
better.
No, it's not.
Oi, Phil Collins, yeah.
His voice is
That's how
better.
we sing.
His voice is better than Elton John.
No. it's
No, and
No.
Elton
No.
John can like
Wrong.
play the piano, and
Yeah.
like that's
Phil
His
Collins
voice-
can do
his-
everything.
his
he,
voice
no,
is better
he
in
can't
his
do
piano
anything. He
playing.
can't
Also,
play drums
again-
or sing.
Also,
So, hey.
again, subjective.
So
sir.
Phil
The
Collins.
Phil Collins thing, I will probably say, is more subjective.
Phil Collins is great,
He is.
but he's not Elton John.
No.
No.
Not even close.
Not even close.
He has kids.
Well, okay, so what does that mean, Keith?
What are you trying to say about Elton John?
Well, I
then?
was just saying they're not
Elton
the same.
John doesn't have kids. Why does
I know.
Elton John not have kids? Why do you have issues with that?
Yeah.
What?
Yeah.
I don't even know what you said.
He said, why doesn't Elton John have kids, and why is that an
Because
issue
he's
to you?
gay. It's not an issue.
So why is
People
that
can
an
have
issue?
kids.
It's not an issue.
Why is that-
But I'm saying the differences.
Gay people can adopt.
Yeah.
Hey,
You can
listen,
tell he's getting
Genesis,
really mad because his right eye is just fucking
No,
winking out.
no, Genesis
Where is it?
with Phil Collins was great.
What? Oh.
Oh,
what are you
Frankie.
wanting?
Not as good as Elton John, but
So Frankie says Keith does complain a lot. IJS. I think that means I'm just saying. I
Hey,
don't know.
listen,
Yeah.
Todd complains more than anybody
And
here.
then she also
Not
says,
even true.
"Hey, now Phil
no,
Collins."
it's true.
She says Phil Collins
Well,
is
this will be
amazing.
my last show,
and
so.
Elton John
Keith
sucks.
also does the same thing though.
Yeah.
You're wrong, Frankie. I'm sorry, but you're wrong.
She's not wrong.
No, she is. She said that Phil Collins is amazing and Elton John sucks.
Whoa.
And Amy says, I think Elton John does have kids. The Once Famous says
nine.
Elton tried something new even though he has a
Till
preference.
9,
LMAO.
okay.
I
No,
don't-
so
Who's the Once
No.
Famous?
listen, I don't think Elton John sucks. I think Elton John's great.
No.
Yeah.
But I think
Hey,
Voice?
listen, dude, I'm on the podcast. I love you. Bye.
Dude, did you hear him in Lion
Phil
King?
Yeah.
Come on.
But Phil Collins' voice, I think, is way better.
Why can't you feel the love tonight?
I can. I think Elton John is great. But if I had to compare the voices, I'm going to go with Phil Collins.
Okay.
But, you know,
John does have kids.
he might. It's just, I was saying they're not the same person.
No, you were saying he couldn't have kids because he was gay.
What, I didn't say he couldn't have kids.
I mean,
You can adopt.
Yeah, him and his
you
husband
could,
have two.
Yeah.
Well,
yeah,
I mean,
you know what I'm
biologically,
saying. I
sure.
think we're dragging the wrong parts out here.
oh,
Well, I
drag.
mean, there's also
Dragon, huh?
there's also hey, so
Can you imagine it?
so there's also
Wait, what?
surrogacy.
There's
Was
what?
that a joke
Sur-
in there? I don't
surrogacy,
know. Can
where
you
you can-
explain it? Because I don't get it.
He said
You can
dragon.
have somebody carry your child for
imagine.
you.
What was the word you used?
Surrogacy.
Okay.
Like a surrogate.
Yeah, okay.
So
I
there's
didn't
that.
hear you, so that's why I'm like,
One took
No,
a
no,
lot.
no, that's fine. I know Keith and Justin are just fucking
Hey,
talking over everybody.
Chris.
We're having our own sidebar conversation.
I was trying to understand his joke.
Oh, there was a joke?
There was.
Oh,
He
okay.
said, "Imagine that," and then he said, "Dragon." and I
He
was
said
like,
dragon, and I
"Oh,
said,
okay."
imagine that.
I get that. I,
I
wasn't
didn't-
acknowledging
I
it.
didn't get it, so I had to have an explanation. But
No,
I think I shit on a lot of other stuff, and
yeah, you do.
Yep.
I do. I'll agree. Like
Definitely.
I do. If it's not what I like, I'll tell you it's shit. But in the end, except for like Imagine Dragons, 21 Pilots, and most of the stuff that Justin listens to,
I don't
Like, I
listen
get
to
it.
Imagine Dragons.
Like, I get it.
21
Like,
Pilots,
it's
I
cool.
disagree with though.
it's whatever. Everybody has their own preferences. So most of that is in jest, except for Justin. Like,
Heathen.
Yeah.
that's a 21 Pilot song.
Yeah, that was
Yeah.
the reference.
Yeah, I got it. But yeah, Justin's music taste sucks. Most other people, like, I can understand. Like, that's
I can
what they
agree.
like.
I can agree with that.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. Todd, you have great music taste. A lot. You know,
Yeah, I'd say
some of
I'd
it-
say like 90% is pretty good.
Some of it,
Yeah.
you know, it's like not
Yeah,
my cup of
well,
piss.
I
He's,
think
he's doing the
because-
winking thing again.
No, because I think 10% of mine is subjective.
It's
I think all. Well, I think
But
we
90,
agree all
but
of
90,
it is.
ni-
but
no, because I can actually like explain in detail why things are better than others, and I don't just like things because I'm told or
Well, I don't
for
think
no
it's 'cause I
reason.
like
That wasn't a jab at you. That was
everything has their
a
own.
jab at
So
me.
so listen, let's
That
get
was not.
deep here.
that time, not
There's things that can hit like
time.
okay, so say this album came out,
which album?
anything, whatever
Okay.
it is, something you don't like but I like.
Okay,
Okay, say it came out and everything hit me at the right time,
okay.
so I'm gonna love that.
That's half
And
of my
say-
arguments.
And say you were like, that was shit because of this, this, and this. That's not mean. That doesn't mean it's shit necessarily.
Right. No, I.
But yeah, and I
'cause
think
there
that's
are
the bigger picture.
Like I
Yeah.
said, there's things out there that hey, I'm not into, but I don't like. It's not like, but I'm not saying it's bad. It's just not my cup of tea.
And if Justin wants to like Imagine Dragons because he was
I
like,
don't even
I
like
like-
that.
okay.
I like
Like-
one album.
because I like shit. Like he's like one day he's like, oh man, I heard that and that was so awful, but I loved it.
Okay, I
like-
like one album, and you guys make me out to be their biggest fan.
so
like we were talking about Alice in Chains.
yeah.
Yeah.
I
Not a
okay,
fan.
like I am not like a fan, but like I don't hate Alice in Chains. Is it my cup of tea? Like I don't hate grunge, but am I like a grunge guy? No, but I understand why people like it, and it's like to me, I just don't like to be depressed.
I don't really hate any of it. Like I said earlier, I'm just mostly just kidding. I don't actually hate grunge.
Like,
I don't
that's what I mean.
hate
Like that's what I
Soundgarden.
mean. Like I can understand why
Um,
people like that.
yeah.
but
Thank
there are other things out there that it's just dumb, and society has failed.
So grunge is my emo. You know what I mean? Like from when I grew up. Like I grew up through emo too, but like that's like you
That's
say
what
it's
you
sad
said.
and
That's what you
depressing
clung
and stuff.
to.
Yeah, for
Yeah,
sure.
and I think that's what music is. I think that's the biggest picture.
Yeah.
Not all of it, right? But I think for the most part, that's what it was made for. It is to cling on to connect to.
Well, some
and that's
music is
why-
also just made because it
100%.
for sheep to listen to. and-
100%. But and I
Produced
don't
to make
know.
money and only
just-
made
yeah,
money.
and
I
it's-
think there's so I think the benefit of the doubt here, and maybe I'm wrong, but
What?
yeah.
Holy
You'll
shit.
never hear that
Whoa.
again.
Say
Don't
that?
clip that, please.
We are totally.
Please don't
clipping
clip that.
Brendan clipped that.
But I think sometimes maybe an artist starts out with purity.
Well, yeah,
and
and then
then-
that's what selling out is.
And, well, no, maybe they don't realize it too. Like I think that's possible. I think the possibility. So I think I'm a more positive in that way, right? I gotta believe. I more want to believe that people started out, and things just kind of happened, and then they lost themselves. Is possible. Maybe they were influenced in the wrong ways, but I think, and sometimes I think people are like, I'm gonna do this because I'm gonna make tons of money. I think that's probably out there, but I like to believe in my world that I want to believe that not everyone does that.
That's Keith living his truth.
I think
It is.
some bands like you guys give me shit for Fall Out Boy.
No, Fall Out Boy
No,
sucks.
No,
we give you crap.
Okay,
we give you
okay,
crap
here's
for,
the thing, here's
for
the thing,
anything
here's the
after
thing.
Take This to Your
They
Grave.
had a certain style, even through the albums that you guys hate after Take This to Your Grave.
That's all of them.
But
That's
they
all
still
the
they
albums.
still had the same style up until their hiatus, and then they came back with Save Rock and Roll. Now, yes, were they doing it to make some money?
Which that's an
Absolutely,
oxymoron of a
but-
title.
But
for their album.
two,
My does itch, Chris.
they came back after like 3 or 4 years of being on a break. They were completely exposed to completely different music. They wanted to do something different. They came back, and that's what they came up with. It wasn't necessarily selling out.
So I think
everything Fall Out Boy has done after the Take This to Your Grave is completely 110%.
And
now,
every
which is
album
fine.
has been different. It
So I
just
think
hasn't been the
Not
same
one
as the
Fall
old.
Out Boy has sounded different after From Under the Cork Tree. It all
No.
sound. You can tell as
no.
they all might have gotten more.
You are wrong, my friend.
You know, and I found out what your issue is because whenever I attack the establishment, you've clung to the establishment so much. So whenever I make fun of it, you feel like I'm making fun of you as well.
To the establishment.
So-
I have a question.
What
Can I-
establishment are you talking about?
Go ahead.
Huh?
What's that?
What establishment are you talking about?
Because you follow like you
general.
know, like what the go with the flow kind of thing.
Oh, no.
To go with the flow?
Yeah, like hey, Fall Out Boy's popular, cool. Like they told me it's
Can I-
popular and this
No.
is cool.
No.
Can I maybe try to bridge the gap here?
Sure.
So Take This to Your Grave was great.
Yes.
It's one of the greatest albums ever made.
Yes, it was.
revolutionary, maybe.
Cork Tree was great too.
So Cork Tree was a change,
It wasn't a
but
big
the
change.
time it was a
Not
big
compared
change.
to their other changes.
No, I mean it was huge, like that other ones were. But I think it got to like they told us what they were gonna do, right? I liked a lot of From Under the Cork Tree, but there was a lot that I didn't. I hated Infinity on High, and I never listened to anything after it
Well, and it was.
unless it was on the radio.
It's
and
also going back with like Panic at the Disco, like
So-
big changes, just like Fall Out Boy. You guys call them Fall Out Boy Light or whatever.
I mean,
But here's the thing, like the music has changed because members have left. Members have came back. Like so, Death of a Bachelor is probably their biggest debut, different album from all their old stuff, other than Pretty Odd. But everybody, including them, hated that album. But that was Brendan Urie. That was just Brendan Urie. He was the only original member left. That's what he wanted to do. He loved doing the old like Broadway
So
style.
no other input from anybody else. He was
shit,
left to his own devices.
And,
I get
and,
that.
and it wasn't to make money. It was what he wanted to do all along. But he had other people that he had to bounce ideas off of.
I have a question.
so that's where I was going to continue, but Justin cut me off.
Okay.
But so the other thing is yeah, when band members change, your influences change, and he did say they started listening to it, and I don't know, if you start listening to different influences, you're gonna change some
Yeah.
stuff,
Exactly.
and I think that's gonna affect the way you do. So yeah,
Well, and you got to think like Patrick Stump and Pete Wentz are the two like drivers as far as
oh yeah, go ahead.
writing music
Well,
and
I'll let-
lyrics
I'll
and
let Justin
stuff,
finish
and
there.
their influences did change, and they've
And
mentioned
it does
this.
happen. I agree
And
with
that's
that. I was
how it
trying to
changed.
back your point there, and it does happen, and it's definitely if you don't have that other person. So like Todd, if we were writing music together, and I was like, let's do this, and you're like, that's shit, and I'm like, okay, and you're like, let's do this, and I'm like, that's shit. It like balances each other out. But like, say you're removed, and I'm just gonna go make all the shit, and I think that can happen. So and that's your Brendan Urie point, I think.
Yeah.
So I would agree that can happen, because you're left with just you're picking the producer, you're picking the songs, you're writing on whatever. Like I think it's possible.
So
I think I want to say that that's possible.
I'm going to preface this with I don't know how the music industry works. I don't know how record contracts
It
work
sucks.
or anything like that. Well, obviously, but so do you guys think like so say a band's a band for 5-6 years and they're just dying to get a record contract. And they're dying to get an album, whatever, right?
think I know
and
what
they
you
and they have their what would be their debut album pretty much complete, right? Record company likes it, they come out with it. fans love it, right? But they sign a contract that's maybe multiple albums.
Mm-hmm.
So now they have to fulfill these albums, and then they're getting direction from
100%.
Yeah,
from the
exactly.
producers.
Yeah.
From
And
the,
I think
you know.
that's Todd's point.
So
Yeah.
so they're now they've got this money, they've got this lifestyle. They don't want to give up this lifestyle, but now they're
Yeah.
forced to do what they want to do, right?
Yeah.
So that's what I'm saying. Do you think
And that's-
that plays a big factor?
So
in it?
I think
Yeah.
you said it better than I was trying to with the they started out. I think you just went deeper, and I think that's Todd's point
I always
too.
do.
Yeah, I can only go so deep, but I think that's Todd's point too. Is that they got that record, and then they were like, "You got to make this."
Yeah.
Because you can't get it approved. It's gonna sit on the shelf, and then you're like, "I can't do anything else except for make a new band," right?
Well, so there's a lot of things in I guess the hip hop kind of record deals where they tell them what they're supposed to rap about, like
I believe it.
politically and otherwise, and that's kind of why we had so much rap about crime and shooting and different
And
things
that-
like that in the 90s.
and it sold.
Yeah, it did sell.
And I think that was they were
But-
like, "Oh, this sells. Do
but
this."
It was coming from somebody other than the record label.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Allegedly.
Well, I think that's probably where the term "sell out" comes from. I just think that's harsh in some ways because I think you think about even rappers, right? A lot of times, just the stereotype.
Yeah.
They aren't living those lifestyles at that point.
Mm-hmm.
And this goes for bands, this goes for everybody.
It's
and then they
country
start
guys,
they're up
too.
here
Same way.
sometimes.
Most of those
yeah.
guys live in a mansion, never been on a farm in their life,
Yeah.
but they write songs about it.
100%. And I think again that's Todd's point there too. I don't like the term selling out, but I can see both sides there. And my point is I want to see the good that those people started out with purity,
Yeah.
right?
I'm not saying they're evil.
No, I didn't say you were evil. say they're evil.
Taylor Swift
By
is evil.
by purity, I mean they
But,
started
like I
out.
said,
Same.
they sold out. But like I said, I would have done the same thing
Yeah.
if because in like Fall Out Boy, hey, this is the stuff you're doing because it's close to what you were doing here. But now we can utilize you to make money.
Yeah, I think it does happen.
and it does.
No,
It
no,
100%
I know,
happens.
but what
And-
I'm saying is,
But I'm not saying cool. I'm not saying does the music suck? Sure. Now would I have done the same thing? Yeah, because now I get paid to play music, and
Yeah.
that's a luxury. That's
And
of course, I'm not flipping burgers. Like of course I would do that.
yeah, no,
So that's what I mean. I'm not saying selling out's horrible, but when it
Yeah.
comes to artistry and I have my music I want to write, but if labels just like, hey, can you write some Breaky Benjamin stuff for us? Here's $1 million. Yeah, man.
it was get brought up. It's fun.
Here's
Yeah.
that easy crap for it. You
Yeah, I
know,
was gonna say that wouldn't be hard to do.
I'll I'll do. I'll sing
so
like that all
it's
day.
too
If they're
easy.
gonna have to do that. But
Jake is absolutely screaming from the rooftops that selling out does not exist.
oh,
How do you feel about that, Todd?
well, he's wrong, and that's okay. That obviously
So
it
I
does.
think-
and
I
it-
feel him there. I feel him
But
there.
what?
So that's-
but hold on, Jake. Define what we're talking about then, in terms of it not being selling out, or why you wouldn't
100%.
call it
Okay,
selling
so
out.
let me put it like this.
I think it's got a
As-
bad
as-
connotation.
No,
maybe
so,
change the way.
Okay, let's say I'm a religious guy, right? Which I am. So let's say I get signed to a record label. Man, I'm excited. Hey, hey, the label's like, hey, we got a #1 hit song for you, but it's about like the devil. You got to sing about how awesome the devil is, and I do it. That is selling out.
Yeah, I would say
That is so.
yeah.
That's what I mean. You cannot
That's
say it is
compromising your
not.
beliefs
That is
for-
So
that
I
is
think
100%
for a paycheck,
doesn't
yeah.
like. No, you're wrong. Obviously, this guy doesn't know what he's talking about, and I've been in the business. I know how things work. Like, holy crap, guys! And
So-
it's like you think that there's people these rich people out there like they really Ariana Grande. You think she cares about what the meaning of her message is?
Yeah.
in her music.
No.
Like
No.
and
No,
they're
and I think we're
that's
all on
what
the
I
same
mean.
page. We're just defining it different. I think. No,
So-
I think
no,
we are
I-
because your example. Yeah, I think selling out's used too much as a broad term.
well because it happened. It's so much. It happens so much
But I think
these
there's
days.
two. I think there's
But
if
that's
you want to call
where-
it levels. I think
There are. I mean, yeah. I mean,
think it's
there's
there, like-
because okay, look at Green Day. Green Day sold out and didn't sell out with American Idiot at the same time. That's where they obviously changed their sound, and that's where they started selling out in that aspect. But at the same time, Jesus of Suburbia that was kind of an FU to the record labels as well because they told him, hey, you can't have 3 more songs on this album, so he put it all in
But
one
at
song.
that point in time, it was cool to say "F you" to the record labels and to the man.
It was when they came out. So I think
So that's where you
so as
you
far as
have
Green Day, like I don't care for Green Day after that or that,
Right.
but I it's not a drastic change.
What?
I don't think.
I think so.
American
think
Idiot
so?
was a
I
drastic.
didn't think
Very
it was
drastic
that
change.
crazy.
It was a drastic.
can see
change.
where it
'Cause,
would
I
be
mean,
like-
look, because look where Green Day's at now, and when you trace, and it's funny when you. So look where Green Day's at now,
Trace
right?
the money trail.
You could trace a lot of things. That's what I'm saying. When you guys actually do your own effing research, you can see. Here's American Idiot. Here's where they are now. Here's that slippery slope.
So I don't think Green Day though. I don't think that's an example of selling out. So,
American, well, because that's where you have, because in pre-American Idiot Green Day,
Yeah.
and and that's where like look at all the stuff they were singing about, their image, their vibe, everything they were doing.
Here,
They also got older.
Hold on.
They did, and that's where, and man, don't even get me started on that because they look weird.
I mean,
Yeah,
you
I'm
know,
sure.
that's
I'm sure.
And look, man, after watching them this past Thursday, I got some theories, and I'm not saying that they're accurate, but
Yeah.
just putting 2 and 2 together,
so
it's
th-
making some
not
sense.
to shift this whole and stop it, but how was Rancid? Was that good?
I
Or
don't
are they
know.
old?
I don't know.
Oh shit! I'm sorry. I did ask you that, didn't I? I'm sorry. How
don't
was so your son likes Green Day a
Unfortunately,
lot though, right?
yes.
How did he?
Listen, we got there in time for Green Day. He got to see Green Day. That's
Was he pretty
all that
stoked about
matters.
that?
Yes. So
Did you enjoy yourself? I know you got some
No.
theories, but I was just curious. So they probably
I-
played some old stuff, right?
they played all of Dookie, and I was
Yeah.
happy about that.
Was it? How'd they? I've never seen them. I don't even know
So
if I watched
first
live
of all, I'm not saying that the show was bad or the concert was bad. They put on a good show,
Yeah.
and they understand the crowd that they appease to.
Did they sound good?
Sure.
Oh, I was
yeah,
just curious.
Yeah, they sound good. Mike Dirt did this weird bird call thing during like a middle of the song. I don't know if he's just trying to be funny.
That's a bass player, right? He
Yeah.
looks like a bird.
I have some theories.
But so like it was like time for them to go on, but then they weren't coming on. But then there was like this storm, and no one knew the storm was coming. So we're like, go start. Everyone else was. Yeah, I'm like, start the effing show. And then they had this. So anyways, they're also plagiarizing Blink, because they now have this like punk rock bunny that comes out and like dances around, and they have like on their merch and
really?
stuff. And as you can tell from my tattoo,
Yeah,
that the Blink bunny has been around
Yeah,
since
forever.
the 90s.
Yeah.
So they stole Blink's bunny idea now, and no one seems to be like batting an eye.
Well, Blink doesn't really. Do they still use it much?
Yeah,
I
they
mean,
do.
And, I was curious because if the younger crowd
they
hasn't
don't
seen it.
they don't use this bunny, but they have like an updated bunny.
Do
you
they?
know? Yeah.
I didn't.
So that's where they're ripping off Blink, which I'm like, okay, and like no, they're Green Day fans, so obviously they don't care. But
Which is kind of funny because they got compared to Blink a lot throughout their career, and Billy
I don't
Joel
know why.
Armstrong.
Did they?
Billy Joel, yeah, they did.
well, I know because Green Day came out like way before Blink did. Though.
Yeah.
They still, when Blink got big, they were being compared to them quite a bit.
By who?
What year
Yeah,
was
I
this?
don't
And
remember
Billy
that.
Joe Armstrong has even said in interviews and shit he hated that shit, which is kind of like fucking.
They went
weird
on
'cause
tour
they
together.
ripped off.
I never heard that comparison. I know that you had like the big guys, right? Which was Blink and Green Day, but I never.
Billy Joe Armstrong also hates being categorized.
He
as
also hates
pop
Justin
punk,
Bieber.
so-
He also hates a lot of things, but
I'm not Justin Bieber.
So let's address some comments real quick. It's the Once Famous says, wasn't American Idiot just a passion project for Billy Armstrong as he was putting together the American Idiot rock opera for Broadway? I think that came after a couple of years.
that came
Yeah,
out
I don't-
way.
well, if
yeah.
he was
That
if
he
he was
didn't-
prepping for it, is what they said. So I don't know
No,
if it came after. I don't
the album wasn't written for the play. The
Yeah.
play was written because
so
the album has so much success.
the idea of the play wasn't
based
before.
off the album. Yes.
Okay.
Okay, so,
I
just
I
like
don't know.
there's a Back to the Future play now, like a musical.
Oh, nice.
Guess where they got that idea?
Well,
From the movie. I know.
well, I mean, yeah,
It's
I,
like that.
I didn't
It's like
know
that.
the order. I'd never heard of this.
So
opera.
going back to
Jerry
Green
got
Day
it.
and the American Idiot thing, I don't necessarily think they were selling out. I think at the time that came out, it was what the
2004.
So I think
yeah,
it was
so that was the Bush. Jr.
it was the Bush.
Sure.
So that's
Listen.
where I
Okay,
think it
so
came
hold on,
from.
It's
hold on.
not the
Can I finish
message.
my thought
Go ahead.
real-
Yeah, you're right. Go
Just
ahead.
real quick.
You're good. You're good.
So that came out, and I felt like they probably felt like they were so big that they could influence people, and that was probably their view. You know what the message they were sending
That's
with
my
American
thoughts on
Idiot,
it.
and so I don't think they were necessarily selling out. I just felt like they felt like they were big enough to influence people with their message.
And and the message at the time, and like I said, the message is one thing. That's
Yeah.
not necessarily my diss on the album.
Yeah.
My diss is that the sound changed, because they could have sung about the exact same stuff
In the same
in the
kinda
style
Dookie.
of Dookie, in the
Yeah.
style of Nimrod, in the style of Insomnia, in the
Yeah.
style of Minority. Like, they didn't have to sell out their sound. They could have literally kept the same Green Day sound and sung about whatever the heck they want to sing about, and I probably would have still bought the album and sung along and all that stuff,
you-
because like
you-
I you're not going to agree with it, especially me. I'm not going to agree with most celebrities or bands or things like that, because most of them are evil and blah
you-
blah
Do
blah.
you oh, sorry. Go
I
ahead.
was just gonna say, do you think they changed their sound because they thought that sound would get the would appeal to more people and get the message across better?
No, I don't think, obviously, like, it doesn't sound bad, like that's, American Idiot's there,
Yeah.
and
Yeah, it is there.
it's there, and it's, but you can't tell me when you have something that drastic of a change, that more overproduced, that much more pop, that much more, because, you can tell, like, when things are going to go more punk, it usually gets a little bit more raw, something.
Yeah, and that was what I was going to ask you, just or anybody here. Do you think it's looked at differently because they're a more punk band, and a lot of those bands don't really change a lot, and because Green Day added this more polished sort of thing,
They
like
added that
is
fourth guitar player, and that's.
but do you think is that why we're harder on them, because like that doesn't happen?
I think so. Yeah.
Well, I mean, so it's
I'd agree with that.
because Okay, so
I'm just genuinely curious. It crossed my mind, like maybe that's it, right?
let's say you have the Blue Man Group,
Okay.
and now you go to you love Blue Man Group and
I
following
do.
Blue Man Group forever,
I
right?
have.
And one day, you turn, you go to a Blue Man Group show and they're green, and they don't do anything like they used to. Like, there's some elements, but it's
The
just
Green Man Group.
and you're
I'd
just
be
like,
pissed.
like, what is this? It's there. It's the same. It's almost, they have little elements, but now everything is just,
I see what you're saying. So I think
okay,
this helps
okay,
the
or,
conversation.
or this reference, if there's any Star Wars fans out there.
Yeah,
Absolutely.
everybody.
So you have Star Wars, and then Disney acquired it, and then now look at Star Wars now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
very
So
So
different.
I think that's where nostalgia comes in too, because I enjoy the new ones,
I do
but
too.
I think it's because I
But it's
just
not the same
love
as the
that
old.
universe.
Well, do you,
No,
do you also
so-
think though that ego comes into play? So they're like
what?
with like changing sounds and stuff like that. Like, we're so great that we can put anything out
Oh,
and people are
Billy
gonna
Joe
love it.
Armstrong
See,
has a huge
Yeah,
ego.
yeah.
Like,
Well,
he's
that's
obviously
why I
full
brought
of
that up.
himself. Yeah,
I'm one of those. So
and
like,
he's a diva these days. That's what I mean. You can tell. Look at him on stage. Look how he acts. Look in interviews. He's a complete 100% diva now, and he knows that, and because he knows it sells. He knows what sells, and that's and that's what I mean. Like, they didn't even have to do that, because wasn't Dookie nominated for like an Academy Award? They were
I don't
still
know.
they were still one of the biggest punk bands in the world.
It was one
Maybe
of the
they didn't
greatest
like
punk
that
albums
either.
of all time.
They didn't have to do it. No one's
no.
forced them.
I'm saying, what if they? Because see, I don't know, but he says that they hated the term pop punk, right?
they did. Yeah.
Okay,
But
so
they
if that's
became more pop punk.
so if
But
that's
they became
true,
even more pop.
so what?
They
what
changed
if
it without trying.
well, yeah, maybe it was just an accident, but maybe it wasn't to go do something else. Maybe it was
They
trying to make
literally
stuff-
went on a tour with Blink and Jimmy World that was called the Pop Disaster Tour.
Okay, I didn't.
know.
I didn't know that. I didn't know what Justin's referencing, so I
But
don't know. I'm
Well,
asking genuine questions. 'cause
no,
I
you're
don't
good. You're good. I just, and
I don't know a lot about Green Day except for the first several albums.
it's but that's so like they have this buddy come out on stage,
Yeah.
and he dances for like way too long, and I'm like, I don't want to see a guy in a bunny costume dance around. Like,
Yeah.
play the
So-
effing show.
I think the other thing is do you think like Chris and I were trying to say earlier, like because they built up that because Green Day was kind of like they didn't come from the best places either. I don't think.
Like, what do you
so
mean?
do you think like money and stuff like that?
Okay, I understand
Is
that, but
is that right? No, I don't.
they've had money
Exactly.
for the
so
past 10 years.
so
they
that's
had
what
money.
I'm saying. Like they could have gone out. Yeah,
like
they
the
could have
last
just been like
20
we're
years they've
done,
had money.
right? But do you
No,
think it's
10 from 2004 to 94? Because 94 is kind of. I mean, they were. Like,
this
you know,
might be proving your
20
point
years
too,
because
but
it's
like, do you think they
2024.
felt a
I'm
shift?
talking about from 04 to 94.
Okay, yeah.
But and this, like I said, this might be proving your point too. But do you think they felt a shift in the music, and they were like, "I'm not going to lose that lifestyle"?
Which would be selling out.
That's what I'm saying. That might be
Yeah.
proving your point. Like, is
Uh,
that what we're saying?
Maybe because like if you know.
I think there's a lot to it, and we don't know because we're not them.
True, but
feel like
but
since-
again, if
Go
it looks
ahead,
like
Jerry.
a duck, it quacks like a duck. It walks like a duck. It's a duck.
But
you
also-
know, 2 plus
No,
2 is 4, guys.
Could be an
Jerry
ugly
Lane.
duckling.
Could it be that they felt the need to change their sound because they were afraid they wouldn't stay relevant? with their
That's
old
what.
sound?
That's kind of what I mean too, Chris. You're just taking.
Well,
and you're
then,
making it
and
better.
then that's still selling out.
No, no,
yeah, no. I
Yeah.
think
No,
we're
I'm
not
not saying you're
arguing
not.
your
Yeah.
point.
Yeah, I'm not
I
saying
think
they're
we're
not.
trying to throw out things or like, what
like
is it?
scenarios of what
Yeah.
it could be. Like
Jerry, go ahead.
Oh, I was just gonna say, I feel like the term "selling out" is situational. Like,
100%.
there's not
Sure, yeah.
one true definition for every artist.
No.
So I think
Like,
that's.
I get what
yeah.
I've been sitting
that-
here
well,
listening
that's-
to
but that's
everything
what I
for the
mean, though.
last
Like, if
15 minutes,
I-
and
If I try to start a Christian group and then I get recruited to do Satan music or whatever, like yeah, that's 100% selling out.
oh, absolutely.
If I go into the business with the intent on just being silly Billy and making money, then
Billy
yeah,
Joe.
then I can't really sell out because that's my intent in the first place.
Yeah, I think
right.
it all depends
and
on
that's-
what your intent is to do with your music.
Agree.
Sure,
I
you know,
think so
and-
too, and that's what I mean. Like, I think it's too broad. Like, I think
It's not
it could.
though.
We
It
just
is.
went over that.
Definitely no, and I proved my point like to the
No,
T.
no, we just went over that it is broad because it's situational. Maybe I used the wrong term. But we just went over that. It's situational.
I don't know. Maybe I'm just not understanding
I think
what you
we're
mean. but
missing maybe.
Maybe.
Maybe we're on the same because it sounds like, but I think it's situational, and I think the term is used for things that don't actually matter sometimes, which dilutes it, and like it bothers me when I hear it a lot, and I think a lot of people just serve because they're like sell out, but that's not always the case,
Not always.
and it can be, but so I'm
Do
I'm
you
in
think
between.
No Doubt sold out, or Gwen Stefani at least?
I think they were always awful, but I think.
that wasn't the question.
But I think what happened was they got popularity, and it was like, hey, Gwen, you could do this and make a lot of money.
And now
and
she's
keep
a holla
going.
back girl. So what? Now I love No Doubt. So and that's what I mean. You have No
So
Doubt.
I would
You have No Doubt, which you have that style of music, and then you have Gwen Stefani as a holla back girl, which is just absolute trash.
yeah, I agree. So I think here's
That's a
what.
sellout.
So I think that's a thing, but I think just because they change a style of music can sometimes mean that's what they wanted to do.
So and that's where and Thrice is a good example of that because Thrice has changed their sound a lot.
Yeah.
But you know what? Thrice always sounds like Thrice, and they didn't sell out. They actually lost a lot of fans whenever
And
they changed
sometimes
their
that
fans.
does happen.
And you know, and that's what I mean is that when you know, like you know when you're selling out, like you know.
Yeah, but I think we can agree that like it's there, but also sometimes it's used, but it's not there. So like Thrice, right?
Mm-hmm.
Thrice didn't sell out, but they changed. I think there's a lot of bands that did that and can do
Look,
that.
Census Fail with what Renaissance.
Right? I said that's what they wanted to do.
I mean, Census Fail's never really sold out, in my
No,
opinion,
I
because
don't think they ever will.
you
Yeah,
know
they're-
they do what they want, and obviously, you know,
100%.
they lost
Oh,
fans
they've lost
with
a lot
the
of-
Fire.
Yeah, which is
And-
crazy.
which is crazy because the
such
Fire's a
good
great
album.
album. Exactly,
Such
and that's
a good album.
and that's what I mean is that.
But Renaissance, yeah, that one wasn't that great. But I wouldn't shit on that, and I wouldn't tell them.
I love Renaissance. I love it.
So
I know you don't like it because it's metal, but it's
No, I didn't really care for it. No, but everything else, so good from them.
So we're an hour and a half in, and I don't think we ever introduced our guest.
So that's.
We're great hosts.
I brought in Jerry.
Well,
said
we went
Jerry.
straight into music
I
because it
know,
was asked
I
you, and then
touched.
that got wild.
So yeah, everybody, if you've heard the name Jerry, Jared, J Rod, I don't know,
Gerard.
Yeah.
Gerard.
Many names. one
Yeah, he's a
face.
guy that's here, and he's with us, and he works with Keith, and he likes music.
Four.
Works.
Him and Keith are equals.
We are not.
They're equals
Yeah,
as people.
Jerry's running the show.
He does
So,
a lot.
you know what? He's the guy I always see when I come in there.
Yeah.
I never see you
I'm the
hiding
man
out
on
in the
front
back
lines.
office.
Keith's the man in charge of.
I've never been
Yeah.
in the T-Mobile building in my life.
We could change that.
You're lucky.
I'm never going to.
I tried once and he hung up on me.
So
That's because you had a guy. Was he the guy?
He's the guy that called you.
He did the prank call on me.
It wasn't a prank
It wasn't
call.
a prank call.
It was a prank call because
You applied for a job, and you got a call for it, and you thought it was a prank call. You thought it was a scam.
I said, "Is this Todd?" And you said, "Yes." I said, "This is Jared from T-Mobile." And you
Okay.
said, "Click."
because you were from because I'm just used to the like. Are you happy with your long distance service? Like, come on. Like, I think I'm justified in that aspect.
You thought you were being
Hey,
pranked,
he
but
That's a pretty fair. That's a pretty fair
could
thing.
see-
to be fair, he was calling for long distance love.
I mean, he didn't say that. If he would have been love, long distance, Jerry, T-Mobile.
so I think
You see what I mean?
yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
he
I could understand why he introduced himself the way he did, but we will work on that script going forward.
that's what
I
I
can't
mean.
wait for you to
Like,
call people in.
hello?
You know,
yes, this is a person from a person. I'm trying to sell you, you know, and
Well,
like,
I
I'm
could
poor.
Yeah, so that's what you thought, but
should he say, "Hey, this is Jerry from T-Mobile. I'm here for your long distance loving"?
he wouldn't have got a chance to say it. He
Oh, okay,
clicked
well.
as soon as he said T-Mobile.
I just assumed that if you applied for
I do
a job
apologize. No,
somewhere,
sorry. Listen,
you
I've
would expect the
but
call
by
from
the-
that place.
because I've also applied to like thousands of jobs by that point, and I don't remember who I applied to. I just I need money, like, you know, and then,
I was offended at the time, but I no longer am.
well, I feel bad about it because after Keith told me,
I think it's funny. I think
because
Jerry
and
thinks
also
it's funny.
and hang on, I have more. I have more to back me up.
Oh, go ahead.
Because that was also like the week after you told us about that prank you did with Justin. Like the hello, because. So yeah, I'm not believing anything about T-Mobile at this point because I have two reasons right now to not believe that it's a real call.
Okay, but Justin believed that forever.
I
And
know.
It was a prank call.
Yeah, I can't believe that worked for as long as it did.
It-
Like, I
it's
was a
crazy.
bystander for a couple of them, and I was like, "Did that just work? No way."
Yeah. Should we revisit that story about how?
Yeah, you might have to.
Oh God.
Oh, so listen, Justin would call me, and I wouldn't, or I would answer in a hello, and he'd be like, "Is Keith there?" And I'm like, and then I was just like, I don't know who you're talking
Who
about.
do you think is answering the phone?
Don't know. So then what's crazy is I would call him back with that same number and be like, "Hey, I had a missed call from you." And he'd be like, "Oh, that's weird. It keeps going to an old lady." This was like the third time when he said that. And then, yeah, that went on for 6 months to where he would call me, and then I would answer that way
Yep.
and call him back on the same number. And, yeah.
So I must have missed something in conversation because Frankie just came out of nowhere and said, "Well, maybe not nowhere, but
Oh, no,
it's
that's 'cause
usually
he
not
said he
out of
was-
nowhere. It's usually because I'm making her, but yeah.
yeah." Oh wow. Mama will give you money, baby. My little hot toddy, and she blew a kiss to you through.
Yeah,
her
it's
index.
because he said he needed money. He was applying at jobs.
Ah, okay.
So, hey,
Okay. Sugar
was-
mama.
found your side job.
That was back then. That was back then. That was
Who can't use some extra money, Todd?
Side piece, side job.
You can come
20
into some money.
$20 is $20. So
Yeah.
Oh God.
Yeah.
Or for $2 billion,
Hi, Mom.
I can do something else.
Hey, what else would you do for $2 billion?
A lot.
Hey, Jerry,
lot.
let's ask you the question.
Jerry-
I mean, let's be honest. For $2 billion with a B,
With the B.
there is
Buh.
legitimately nothing that I mean, aside from murdering a loved one, I can't think of something
But
that
a
I
hated
wouldn't.
one.
My next question is: do you love Keith?
Everyone loves it.
$2 billion though, dude. And then
Guess
like,
who's getting written up tomorrow?
and then like with Keith, I might, I mean, I have $2 billion, so I wouldn't have to take his job, but
That's true.
Dang.
That's
Dang.
true.
so, it'd be a tough one. I'm
Loyalty does shift with $2
If it
billion.
makes you feel
$2.
better, I'd cry while I did it.
Oh, thank you. $2, I would suck my own dick.
But you
You
know,
want to do it for $2 billion?
so you could dry up a lot of tears
do
with
it for
$2 billion.
$2.
That's
Yeah,
what I'm
just
saying.
$2.
Like, I'd be sad for a day. Anytime I'd hear Newfound Glory, a tear would probably roll down a little thinking of them. But
Hey, remember,
and then I'd just go to my money room and be like, never mind.
but you know what you would have to do if I died?
oh, dude,
Your
that
money
would be a little awkward.
What?
Yeah. So everybody has a job when I die at work, at
Oh,
least.
okay. Well, what's Jerry's job?
He can
So-
tell you.
So my job is to make sure a certain someone DJs his wedding for him.
Yep.
And who's that?
Wyatt, I believe.
Yeah, it's Wyatt.
Oh, okay.
That's what
Yeah, he's
Wyatt,
got a DJ mode.
yeah,
but
Wyatt has to DJ the wedding.
the,
and
the
then
funeral. The funeral.
the
Okay.
funeral, not the wedding. My apologies.
I was getting real confused there.
Tiffany's getting remarried
Yeah.
real quick.
That's what I was thinking, and I'm like,
And then,
wow, he's
Yeah,
already
that's
got
true,
a
Nathan.
suitor lined up.
Right.
I also have to drive to, or I can fly. There
You
was no-
can-
There
you
was
can
no
fly.
specifics on that.
Yeah,
I
you
have
can
to go
fly.
to the NASCAR Hall of Fame in Charlotte and ensure that Keith still has at least the 6th fastest time.
And if he doesn't, what are you supposed to do about that?
I'm supposed to, in his name, race until I get at least the 6th fastest time.
Yep.
Oh, so you're okay. So you're not. He's not actually the one doing it.
Yeah.
So he's.
But
not
I want
like,
to. I'm going to make
okay.
sure my
But
name
But
stays.
it would be
in the Hall of Fame.
in remembrance.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Who's Nathan Cook? You know him?
Oh, that'd be my brother.
Hey,
He
that's
says-
a co-champ.
Yeah,
he
that's
says you can't kill Keith. He's the champ.
yeah. So yeah, me, him,
You'd
and
be sadly
me, him,
mistaken.
and Keith were 3/4 of
Okay.
Champion team.
champions
I got a
at our golf
question,
tournament.
Jerry.
What's up?
Your job's not on the line here. What's it like working with Keith?
I like
under
how,
Keith.
I like
What's
how
it like working
I like how
under
Justin's the one that says that your job, like he has the authority to make sure your job's not is safe.
Justin, you tried to work under Keith.
Oh, that's true.
Yeah. So this is, I don't know exactly what happened, but Justin worked there for a very small amount of time, and I saw Keith call him a dummy, and then an hour later, Justin had left, and I was like, "Where'd Justin go?" He's like, "Oh, he's never coming back."
That wasn't it. It was family
That's
shit.
that's what
Yeah.
people
I was
think
still
though,
married.
because
I had family
did.
shit.
I said I called him a dummy because he didn't get something, and then
Well, that was
everybody
the second
thinks,
job, first of all.
But everybody thinks that it's because I called you a dummy. So if you want to clear that air, that's cool.
Yeah, it was a second job, first of all. It wasn't my main job. And I was still married,
His
and I
main
had
job
family
is
issues.
blowjob.
So that second job wasn't working out with.
He got
life.
he got called back for the glory hole at the gas station. So he was like, I don't need you anymore.
Hey, dude, that C-barn's popping.
I know. I know. He knows. He knows. He's popping all sorts in C-Barn. But
Which one?
but yeah, I'll speak for Jerry. It's probably the greatest moments of his life.
No. Let Jerry speak. Let Jerry speak.
Oh no, I really do like working with Keith. We do have a lot of fun at work. It's a lot of jokes.
I'm a really funny guy.
He's the butt of a lot of those jokes.
Oh, really?
Mm.
The short jokes, the old
Oh.
jokes,
Yeah.
the
Yeah.
short and old jokes. I get
Like
those.
you
Yeah.
like you're making fun of his height,
Yeah.
or
Sometimes
that the jokes are small in length, like his wiener.
sometimes I will put
Hey, nice
things,
short
I'll
joke,
put
Todd.
things up high for him
Nice
that
shirt.
he can't reach.
Short joke.
Oh,
Yeah, like, I'll put things up high for him that he can't reach.
Nice.
No, it isn't.
Do you
No,
over-
it isn't because he
fine.
put the
Keep
Rice
doing that.
Krispie treats up
Do-
there one
Do
time.
you
the
overtime?
what?
Hell yeah.
Rice Krispie treats?
Rice Krispie treats suck.
Well,
Now when
yes, the
you're- like,
store-bought
that.
ones do. Homemade ones are
These come
fire.
straight
Eh.
from Staples.
Snack Crackle Pop,
Marshmallow is only
bitch.
good in s'mores,
So no, you're wrong. But
or mixed with
do you-
peanut butter.
Do you over tighten jars for him?
No.
Oh.
His wife told me he didn't like paper towels once, so I covered his entire desk. in
How
paper
do you not like
towels.
paper towels?
The fuck is wrong with you?
Okay, so here's the
He
thing.
prefers a napkin.
Nope.
A napkin.
I don't like to touch them with my hands sometimes. Like if I eat chicken or something, it's the feel. It's the feel. You guys,
It's a texture thing.
it is a texture thing, and so I don't
Do you
eat
use regular towels?
He gets off by popping
Yeah.
balloons.
Like
too.
when you
He's
get out of
one
the
those
So
shower.
no,
He
if
shakes his
I'm
hands.
drying my hands like
Wait,
on
when are
from-
you getting out of the shower and using paper towels?
When it goes to your
Nobody
mom's
knows.
house.
That's what it just sounded like you said.
No.
3 sheets
Huh?
of Bounty and you're good.
Who are you talking to?
Let me explain.
I said, do you use regular towels out of the shower
Yeah.
like a normal person?
Well, yeah.
So
Because
He doesn't
so
like
what
in
do you use
paper form.
anything else?
I don't like it in
Exactly.
paper. So the thing is like, so I don't eat a lot of bone-in wings. They have to be really good for me to eat them, because I don't like the way my hands feel, and especially if I have to use a paper towel after that. And I'm doing the thing because I'm feeling it right now, and I don't like it.
Have any of you guys ever been in like a fight?
yeah.
Yes.
I figured Chris would have, but
Yeah.
Yeah.
like a
Yes.
real fight.
Yeah.
I'm like, okay.
I mean, it's been a long time.
You.
Yeah.
Okay.
Because I don't like fucking paper towels.
No, I have questions, and I just have questions. Is
Ah,
He's wondering why you're such a
who's the once famous?
he's wondering why you're such a bitch, Keith. That's why-
No, I don't think that's being. Millions of people suffer every year
from what?
Really?
From what?
from the thing.
The
it's a real
thing?
thing, Chad. Right?
The texture
It's
thing.
a real thing. The texture thing. Yeah, I don't like it either. Hey,
Of what?
are you calling Chad a pussy?
Paper towels?
Chad looks like he's been in a fight for one.
Wow, that's ignorant.
Wow, that is.
You look like you got your ass beat, Chad.
No, I mean like he looks like he's been in fight. Like he's hey, I'll if you talk about my lady, over the
I'll
top.
do what I have to do.
No one protects women. Stop.
I know you hate women, but
So hold on, you don't like the texture of paper towels either?
I don't like my hands dirty.
Oh yeah, I
Yeah.
don't like my hands dirty.
But,
I
and you
did,
know what?
but
And
you'll
to
u-
cure that, I use paper towels to help clean them.
After you wash them,
Hey.
Yeah.
The ultimate.
To dry them.
The ultimate
I
cleanup.
use them to dry. I say I don't use them on like grease and stuff. It makes my hands feel.
Who here has had a child that's
Yeah.
obviously been a baby and
All of them.
right
Yep.
and continues
100%.
continues to have wet wipes in their house.
Oh, I still do.
Yeah, wet wipes. are
No, I don't like
superior.
'em.
Like, oh, dude,
I just don't
I don't like wet wipes.
I don't like picking them up.
nah, Jerry don't have no kids.
Oh, it's like
Okay,
the
right?
easiest way to
I would
clean
yourself.
rather,
Okay.
I would
hands or
rather
something.
wet
I'm
a
aware.
paper towel and use it.
Really?
Yes, 100.
Oh, I got in trouble for using too many.
No,
'Cause I
so
put,
like, I
18
guess
out.
how I guess
I did
like
too. I did that too.
Keith's thing about
Every
paper
wipe
towels. That's me
Yeah.
about wet
You-
wipes.
yeah.
Oh,
really?
Hey,
Yeah.
Todd, have you ever been in a fight?
Way too many. Way too many.
I'm just saying, you know, same logic.
Yeah.
It's not fair.
He likes his towels
Yeah.
wet. That's how you know he's a fighter.
Hold on.
Do what?
Not
He
like
uses-
not.
he doesn't like the wet towels. That's how you know he's a fighter.
Ah, I guess you're right. Okay,
You gotta
sorry.
fight through all that hair. All
Yeah, I'm not
dry
getting
and shit.
moist. I'm not
Well-
getting moist over there.
Okay, but it's a legitimate thing, and yes, he did cover it with paper towels. It's not like that. I'm like, oh, paper
No,
towels.
it just you know.
But it was just like
sometimes,
a-
like
Like, oh, clean
never
hands.
mind. Just
No, but I don't like certain things on my hands, like cum. When dudes come on my hand, like I have to lick that stuff off quick.
I know, like every time we're done, I hear ew.
Yeah.
So from across
Like,
the
you
room.
got it on my hands.
You're looking good.
Never mind.
But you know, it happens. So anyway, yeah, he put paper towels on me. He put paper.
Frankie, I can't have my hands sticky. She wants it on her face.
Yeah. It's like I always tell Justin, don't let me think your mom for not swallowing. So
Yeah.
Yeah, but anyway, yeah, he put paper towels on my desk. Now he likes to put these little silver things on there because it drives me fucking crazy. So on my desk,
oh,
they
wow, you
just-
got a desk?
yeah, they just put if they don't know where it goes or they don't want to put it up, they just put it on his fucking desk.
Because it drives him crazy.
It drives me
It's
so
perfect.
crazy.
Sometimes
then
like
it's-
he stands right in front of it when he doesn't know what to do, and he does this thing with his hands, and he just
Stop! I was doing that earlier. Stop.
I want to hear more of these
Hey,
stories.
hey, how about the time you got sticky shoes?
huh?
Time you got sticky shoes?
Would you just
Oh.
step on some gum?
Oh yeah, somebody spilled a soda back there, and they didn't clean it up very well. And my shoes got sticky. And I
Wow,
sta-
Keith, what a story.
And I started doing the hand
Wow.
thing.
No,
too.
he was
Wow.
doing the same thing. So
Well,
one time
was doing the
so
hand
we
thing.
had like the floor drain. So if you like squeegee it and shit, it'll go
really-
down the drain.
They're really artistic.
And yeah, I think that's the problem.
I don't know, like, have you guys faced like real world
Actually-
problems?
No, I actually know what.
in your life, like, have you, that's what I mean. Like, when I say, like, have you guys been in like a fight? Have you ever had to like,
It was just
I don't know, like
it's
change a tire?
it's
have you guys ever had to like pump gas or anything?
Would have never changed a tire because you would have got all the tire
Oh, I
residue
hate it.
on your
I
I
mean,
hands.
hate it.
like-
I have to be dressed for that.
Oh wow.
Are you dressed to kill?
Frankie says, I always swallow. Actually, ask Todd.
Why didn't you? What happened with
Hi,
Justin?
We missed.
Actually, the best part of him fell in Todd's shoe, but anyway.
Actually, I have a question for you guys.
Go
If you
ahead.
guys had a drain in the floor in case of like a flood of some sort,
Nah, it's for like
and like
squeegee
let's
shit.
say there's I don't know a half drink soda or you have like a Dr Pepper that you don't want to finish. Would you pour that down the sink or just in the fucking hole in the middle of the floor
sink.
so that people
So time
slip
out.
on
So
it?
let's preface
So
this.
where am I standing when I wait,
Exactly.
explain this again.
So
I have a
imagine-
soda.
Yeah,
and I'm
imagine
drinking
that
it.
there is a
Right by your desk.
like
Yes.
on the floor right there. There is
Yes.
a drain.
Yes.
You would just pour the soda down that drain.
Yeah,
so that
of course I would.
So
That's
that
why
the floor
it's
is
a drain.
Thanks, Todd.
Yeah.
so that
the
the floor
sink.
is sticky.
Why would I pour it on the floor? There's a drain. I'm pouring it in the drain.
The
I did
drain is
pour it
on
in.
the floor.
So like yeah, but I'm pouring it in the drain.
So
So
it
like,
get-
this would be the drain.
Yes.
So I pour the liquid in the drain.
So your problem.
So Todd, I
your
thought.
issue
but
isn't
there is a
with.
gate on the drain.
So yeah,
so
Todd.
your issue
okay.
isn't with him pouring
me-
it down the drain. It's with him missing.
No. Let me explain.
Mm-hmm.
Todd, I thought the same thing. That's why I did it. But there's a gate on it, so it actually just stays on the gate,
And then it
which is on the
splashes
floor.
on the gate?
So yeah, it
like,
does.
wait, I'm really confused. Can liquid not go through this drain?
It does, but not all of it does.
So it sits on the drain.
So
and
it
it
sits in and it
marinates.
makes it sticky. You get what I'm saying? So it's not a just
Maybe.
straight hole.
How bad did you have fruit flies?
yeah, but I
after
mean,
that?
there's like a sewer. I can walk over a like the grates.
It's but
This
like
is
if
a
you-
great story, by the way.
So hold on, Justin. First of all, you can have cherry soda and it's not a fruit.
Yeah.
You said fruit flies?
Yeah. You can very easily get fruit flies from that.
Sorry.
I'm
That
trying.
that was my Justin joke of the day.
Oh, I was like, I'm trying to connect that. But yeah, I did use
That
that
was worse
because
than
it was
when I
right
did
by
it.
my
No,
desk.
No.
And I thought, hey, that'll work. And to my defense, too, I poured water over it after that, thinking
I mean,
it
look,
would
man,
fix it.
I honestly would have peed in it if. Like,
Oh, if there were no cameras, I would pee in there all the time. I wouldn't have to get
absolutely,
up.
like right there. Like, yeah, of course I would automatically assume. Now, the fact that this drain isn't drained raises other concerns and questions.
Well, no,
but
I think you're not seeing it the way we are because
do you guys just not like?
There's also a sink 4 steps away from said.
Can
You're right.
there
Can't
is,
do
yeah.
that.
Yeah, but I mean, why would I when the
dumbass.
drain's right there? I understand why I did the drain.
Thank
I
you.
get that.
I think you don't
But
understand
why,
what the drain is.
Maybe I don't know why T-Mobile doesn't pay for drains, but I don't
They have a
under-
drain
It doesn't work apparently.
No, it
That's
does.
the whole
There's a-
issue,
there's a
is why-
cover.
Then how does the shoes get sticky?
because there's only so much. There's only like
What?
one little hole that goes
So
through.
pour
Because
it
it's
in the
not-
hole.
It's not built for that.
Why didn't you just pour it in the hole?
Exactly.
I
That's,
tried.
That's the issue he's
What do you
having.
mean you
is that
tried?
it's
Did
not
you
built
just-
for that. It
how
should
do
be
you-
I
built for
went,
that.
oh, let's pour this down
From
here,
up here?
and didn't think about it
From
very
up
well.
here?
Yeah, I didn't do it from ground level.
Okay, if I'm gonna pour myself a glass of water, I don't put the glass on the floor
That's a
and
glass
then
of
pour
water.
it from up
I'm
here.
trying not to move at all. I'm just gonna dump it down.
Yeah, so I would put.
It was a bad idea. It was a bad idea. Okay.
But you're in charge.
Yeah.
You have your own
Not
desk.
of draining stuff.
You have your own desk.
Not of draining stuff though. You know.
I'm just saying.
So yeah, I made a mistake that day. Okay.
Obviously.
And I've learned from it.
You made another mistake the other day.
What was that?
You're being mean to Julian about his pants. Like those are literally the oldest man pants of
So
all time.
listen, Jerry, you've seen the pants.
Wait, you think there's nothing wrong with those pants?
A senior citizen would wear those pants, and like,
He
and you're
isn't-
gonna tell me that that's something that's wrong with them? Like, Julian, my grandpa would wear those pants. Those are out of line. Like,
My grandpa
what?
would
Like,
never wear
every-
those pants.
Well, my grandpa would.
My grandma's not here.
Julian's gonna
Of
be
course.
old
Is there
one day.
anyone I can talk to or mention and you not go, oh, they're dead?
Well, no, Todd.
It brings you
Most of my
down.
family's dead.
It really brings you down when he does that, doesn't it?
I'm just like, oh, you know, like, hey, my neighbor. Like, well, my neighbor's dead, Todd. So how can we talk?
He does
You
do
know?
that quite a bit.
Yeah, and I was like,
happens a
well,
lot.
I don't know, Keith. Everyone seems to be around you. So what, you know?
Maybe it's a bad omen. Like maybe we should stay away. We're gonna die.
All right, this is the last episode of the Pop Punk.
No. Anyway, so is that all we got for today?
That'd be great.
We didn't draft, but I don't think we had one prepared.
We did.
We didn't.
So-
Actually, we didn't even
Our
talk about
draft
it.
this week.
So the album is,
Oh, MXPX slowly going the way of the buffalo.
and the fan album is.
Hidden in plain view, life and dreaming.
Okay.
All right.
This Saturday, you can catch me and Keith on the Underground live sessions.
I'll be busy Saturday.
You were
So I
supposed to
hope
be
it's
there.
not Saturday.
You're supposed to be there.
I think it's Sunday.
What are you
that's
guys doing
I
on
meant.
that?
Sunday.
Okay, because
it's on Sunday. Yeah, I had that wrong. This Sunday you can catch me and Keith on the live underground sessions at
she's Haynes.
Park Hills Underground. We're talking about Notes for Hope.
We are, yeah. I didn't know you were segueing. Okay, so
it
yeah, we'll be on there. We'll talk about Notes for Hope. It's coming up. A lot of good things at work. Come to the show, and also, oh hey, there I am.
There you are.
Yeah.
I should raise my hand in a minute, right? No.
Probably. Yeah. Anyway, Jerry, thanks for coming on.
Oh, so
And-
anyway,
Oh,
thank you.
okay.
no, I'm not
Thanks for having
done.
me.
Damn it.
Oh, you know, you paused.
also
Yeah,
the way
because
to
I was
do it.
watching myself. If you don't do that when you see me, you don't just stop in your tracks.
Nope.
No.
Oh, really? That's weird. Anyway, so yeah, we'll be doing that on Sunday, talking about Notes for Hope. Check it out. It's our nonprofit and suicide awareness and prevention.
Donate.
Yeah, donate. I mean, we got a little cool stuff in the works. But Saturday is Almost Warped Tour, which will be Yellow Card cover band, Newfound Glory cover band, tribute bands. Sorry,
Blink 182.
Blink-182 tribute bands.
Why are we tribute?
I don't know. It sounds better.
We're covers.
You
We're
can
cover
call it
bands.
that. Whatever you want to call
We're
it.
cover bands.
All right, you're gonna hear Yellow Card songs.
We're not revolutionary. We're just cover bands.
Yeah, well, there's no Linkin Park. There's no Hybrid Theory.
Oh, you're-
Justin, there's your calling.
I mean, I could fuck with that.
Yeah. So anyway, there's Yellow Card, Newfound Glory, Say Anything, My Chemical Romance, Blink-182, and All Time Low. So it's gonna be fun all day, 2 stages, rotating. We're doing Newfound Glory, obviously, Todd and I.
Two
And
stages rotating.
not like rotating road.
Like the things you sit on.
I know that. But
So why-
why are there two stages?
So while you said, I think we went over this the other day. I talked to somebody about this.
It wasn't me.
I think it was Julian.
They
But-
set up for one
but we're
band
not
while one's
set
playing.
up.
But no band is playing
set
at.
up, play up.
But there's still okay.
So no, they don't play at the same time.
But there's. Never mind. Just never.
So they did it to feel more.
Yeah,
but
but
they didn't overlap the bands
I'm,
because
I understand. I understand
because we're not
yeah.
the actual Yellow Card and Newfound Glory. You don't have to make a decision. You know what I mean? Remember that? That was the hardest part about Warped Tour. Was like, hey, you got this band playing at this time.
Oh no.
It was.
No, because there's a lot of bands there that suck too, and then I'm like,
No,
oh, I
but
won't go
sometimes-
watch the sucky
I
bands.
swear,
wanna watch
sometimes
the
they
good
would
bands.
line them up though. You never had it that you went that they
I could
lined 'em
always
up to?
watch the bands that I wanted to watch. I
But there
never had an
wasn't where
issue.
you were like, oh man, I would see them, but they're playing.
No,
You never thought about it?
no, because
Don't you watch
I know
four
the,
bands the whole time?
I know the bands I want to see, and
Anyway,
then they
yeah,
come out
but,
of the schedule.
but you don't see the schedule until the day.
So then I played it out. I go,
Yeah,
okay.
you plan it out, and then you're like, okay, this time I'm gonna go here. But sometimes it's not that
No,
easy.
because I think there was a lot more, filler. There's filler bands too.
there's it's out there,
Yeah.
right? But I had a few that would overlap, and maybe not the whole time, but like if you're
maybe
like,
I'm just lucky. I think I just got
I
lucky.
think
honestly,
so, because like sometimes it'd be like this band's playing this stage, and I want to see this band over here.
yeah, I never had that issue.
And I had to run like or leave halfway or something
Huh.
like that. I had it. I had bands like ordered before I got there. I was
Well, how
like,
did you order them? We didn't even have the internet then, like on your cell phone.
so
still
I would
worse
be
than
like,
when I
when I
did it.
get there, I'm gonna be like, okay, Newfound Glory's playing this, so that's my number one band. And then like if I would put them in order, and then I would look at the day sheet, and then I would be like, okay, this, and this. It was just crazy. It was a lot of fun. That's what I was saying. You did get lucky.
I think I did.
Yeah. which
Anyway,
is
check
awesome
that
for
out
you.
Saturday. Check
But
us out on Sunday.
But check out that. Check us out live on Sunday. And then, stay tuned to other shit.
And yeah, the Notes for Hope is coming up in like a month. Exactly a month from today.
Go get some fired. Go support Jerry. He's
Yeah,
got to
go-
feed his kids. So
So
please go buy some stuff.
something I want to shout out early is 8:31.
8:31.
8:31.
Be there or be square.
It's actually 9:55.
Yeah, no.
Be there or be
August
pie.
31st. We got something special coming. Come see us.
Oh, goodness.
That was another episode of the Pop Punk